Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
Theo Vaughn, Austin, Texas. What a pop you got last night. That was a lot of pressure.
That was a lot of pressure.
They went crazy. One of the nice things about these shows that we do is that no one knows who's going to be on them. These Joe Rogan and Friends shows. So like, it could be a surprise. You were surprised last night.
Yeah.
And we got video of it. Is it on the Mothership Instagram?
That's actually a better name. It should be the Mothergram.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. Do they have a pop? All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Keep that energy going for the best comedian. All the way from Nashville, Tennessee, Theo Vaughn.
Bro, you got a standing O. What's up?
Crazy, dude.
You spent the first 30 seconds of your set high-fiving people. Come on, son. Look at this. Look at this.
It was crazy. Some dude threw some semen up at me, I think.
Real semen?
Like in that movie, Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, I don't know if it
Miggs.
was real or not. Yeah.
Yeah, Miggs,
I mean-
the guy locked in the cell.
Yeah, I batted it down. I respected it. But yeah, people, dude, that was awesome, man. Thank you. Congrats.
Fun. My pleasure.
Congrats, because I remember last time I was here, we went and, you walked me through and you're like, this is where the light's going to go when you go on. Like, you had
Yeah.
everything to
How
a
long
T.
ago was that?
That was last July.
Okay. So last July, there was that we hadn't even raised the floors yet, right?
Y'all were just talking about it.
Yeah, that was before we lowered the ceiling and raised the floors. That was so you got in when it looked like a movie theater. It still looked like the old movie theater, right?
Yeah, I think you were just talking about adjusting the floor heights and doing something like that. Yeah, dude, it was awesome. I mean, that was crazy. That was a highlight of my. That was a highlight of my life, I think.
I think so too.
Because you get to be a surprise. Like, there's not as much surprises anymore in the world, you know?
It's true.
So to have a moment where you're like part of a surprise, I think felt really good.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So when you were there, it was all rough and everything was, just beginning. So you were there the early days. It's weird to be in there now because, I don't want to sound crazy, but I feel like that place has always been there. It's weird.
Like the club has always been there?
Yeah, the club. It's like it was waiting for us. Like a Stephen King book, for real. Like that. I've never been in a building that felt more like it was conscious. The place feels conscious. My daughter's into ghosts and shit, and she has this thing that she puts on, this headphone that's connected to some box. And someone will ask questions, and the box will pick up like random signals, and you're blindfolded and you listen to this. And so they do this to test places for ghosts, and she says that place is haunted.
She said the club is?
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that. I could see it being haunted probably.
She's also 12.
Well, I'm older
At the
than her,
time.
but I would agree with her probably. I mean, I could see there being, I will say this, it felt like there was some kind of, it felt, I can understand when you say like this feels like it should have been there over time in history, like it's already like was just supposed to land there, you know?
That's what it feels like. It really does.
It was cool, man. I walked into the green. It was just crazy. There's like that big snake is like there's like a snake in the table.
Yeah.
And then they had Ron White is sitting there, and then Tom Segura was in there. Dave Attell was in there. Louis Katz.
Crazy.
Ian, I don't know Ian's last name, but it was, dude, it was awesome, man. And just to see it come to fruition, I think that's the thing that was really exciting. It was like, wow, like if somebody thinks about something and they're really focused on it, that they can make something real.
You can actually make something happen.
Yeah.
And I've never done that before. This is the first time I've ever done that.
It was, I think it was inspiring, probably in ways I don't even realize. Because sometimes you get inspired and then it like just hits you later, But it was awesome, man. Thank you. It was cool.
My pleasure.
Yeah, you did. I mean, you guys are making it happen.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, it's but I always kind of knew you could do something like that, but doing it, and actually watching it take place, and doing it like relatively low stress. It was relatively low stress. Like it's, except for a few issues that you have to deal with at the club, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know?
And y'all don't have food, right?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Oh.
Fuck food.
There's all the condiments and all of that just stains everything and gets on everything, I feel like.
Not only that, you get roaches and all kinds of other shit. And
Roaches love ketchup, I bet.
do they? Everybody
would.
loves ketchup.
Yeah.
I like ketchup on hot dogs.
Oh, dude, I bet if you could really get it out of a roach, if you fucking tickled him hard enough, he'd tell you he liked it.
I like relish. Relish is my favorite. Yeah, but we got food next door on both sides of us.
Yeah,
We
they got everything.
Shitty Mexican food and shitty pizza.
Yeah. Just what comics deserve, too.
We got some good pizza last night, though. They got some good. I'm not eating it, but Attell got something from some high-end pizza place. Hoboken something, pizza something.
He's the funniest, man. Yeah, they had a lot of ghost stuff. Like, I grew up in Louisiana, right? And so
Yeah.
ghosts and stuff was a big part of the history, especially in the South.
Mm.
I think
What do you think a ghost is?
a ghost, probably just some busybody that just didn't get all their stuff done.
Ooh, they were lazy when they were alive, so they hang around after life. You know what it's like? It's like those dudes who would hang around the high school after they already graduated. Yeah. Like, what are you doing, loser?
Yeah, look at this ghost over here.
Yeah, look at this ghost.
Oh, they had a dude who would bring who was always dating like an underage chick, and he'd come and hand the McDonald's over the fence at our school.
Oh God.
Oh, and everybody.
How old was he?
Oh, everybody thought he was damn Prince Charles. Everybody thought he was like the luckiest guy in the world. But he was older. He just was an adult and
Like a 20-year-old adult or like a 30-year-old adult? It gets exponentially creepier. Right? Like if you just graduated and you're 18 and your girlfriend is 17, that shit is completely normal.
Yeah.
But if you're 19 and she's 17, people start to look a little sideways. That extra 12 months makes a big difference. If you're 20 and she's 17, people will get very upset with you. Even in places where it's legal, where it is legal in a few places, which is kind of weird.
yeah. And if
That's
you
pretty
are 35 and she's 17, you can't be a comedian anymore. I'll tell you that.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, who knows, bro?
Who knows?
I don't know.
But it's weird, like what's legal versus what's okay. Like it really depends on men, right? Because with men, like if a 17-year-old boy, if some 40-year-old lady fucks a 17-year-old boy, I'm like, all right, dude, how was it?
Yeah.
Is she crazy? What's going on? If she's hot and he's not coerced and drugged, who cares? But if a 40-year-old man is banging a 17-year-old girl, I get very upset.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting? Mm-hmm. It's a very different standard for men and women.
Well, now I think a lot of women can be they can manipulate men too.
Oh, of course they can.
That
They've always been able to do
right,
that.
but that never really kind of gets brought into context. Like a lot of older teacher women, they can manipulate a young fella.
Oh, they're getting busted all the time.
Yeah.
They're always getting busted. But they get this. Don't do that again. Hey, stop blowing kids.
Yeah.
That's what they get. They get a little slap on the wrist. They don't go to jail. Do they go to jail for blowing kids? No.
You think they don't?
No, I think they have like a little fucking trial and everything, and they go, "Hey, get out of here!
Yeah.
just go, crazy dick sucker."
Yeah, we're gonna get you an Uber. You need to go home.
Unless she's trying to get the 17-year-old to impregnate her, then you need to go to jail, you freaky bitch.
Yeah, I think I'm
Ruin some 17-year-old's life.
with a kid. Yeah.
Well, not just a kid with you. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just trying to bust a nut. And then all of a sudden he has the responsibility of raising a child, and you're making him get a job, and he's going to fucking pay bills. And what about his future?
He's gonna fail science. I know that.
Why?
Just because he's not going to be able to do it all. He's not going to be able to have the job and get to school and do it all and take care of the kid. I don't think a child,
Well, good news is it takes 9 months for the kid to come out. So you have 9 months of prep time where you get your shit together.
Do a lot of men, you think, use that time to really grow up when you think that's why God made it that long of a time period?
I do not think God had men in mind when he was doing that. No. If there is a God, I think they just wanted to make sure that the baby's a complicated organ, or complicated organism rather, very complicated, more complicated than any other child of any other animal that's ever been born. Human babies are the weirdest.
Really?
Yeah, that's why they come out so vulnerable. Every other animal comes out and they can move around, for the most part. Although I did see a deer just a couple of days ago on my street. I was going for a walk, and the mama deer bounced off a little, and I saw this little tiny baby deer squatted down and laid down in the grass, because that's what they do when they're really, really young, because they can't run away from anything. So their best strategy is to kind of blend in and hide. That's why they have those white dots all over their body. The white dots, like say if they're in grass, the white dots obscure their shape. So predators might not see. And I think there's something about their smell. Google that. We finally have internet again. Google what is the smell of newborn fawns. Because I think there's like some strategy that nature has with their smell. Yeah, the baby deer has no scent, so predators that may depend on their sense of smell have difficulty finding the young deer. The mother, always close at hand, tends to circle back towards where her baby lies to get the attention of the predator. Yeah, that's what they did with us. So
They're like that deer. They're like that.
Oh, it's false. It says it's false. Oh, this one's... Where the fuck is the first one from? The Henderson State University. What a shit fucking university. No, go to the top. Is that where it's from? That's it. What a fucking... Hey, I got my fucking degree from Henderson. Dan Henderson. He's the principal. I asked him what baby deer smell like. He goes, what are you, a fucking douchebag? Smelling deers? This is false. Oh, fucking pop-up for a fucking outdoor tactical backpack. This is false. Their unique scent is how their mothers identify them. In fact, they urinate on their tarsal glands daily, even when just a few days old.
Oh, they're freaks, man.
They're pissing on themselves, going crazy. Elk piss on themselves when they're horny.
Really?
Yeah, their dick is hard, and their dick flops up and down when they scream. They go, their dick flops, and they start pissing all over themselves. They piss all over themselves.
I've never been that.
Look at this guy.
I've never been that horny.
This dude's horny as fuck. And he's a young fella. That's not a big elk. Even though they're big, because they're all big. But that is like a smaller elk. That's like a 300-inch elk, if I had to guess. Cam Haynes might correct me. Look at his dick, though. He's got a dick. He's like, fucking scratching on the ground. And he's trying to get his scent everywhere.
He got that limb on him, huh?
Mm-hmm. Look, he's got... His dick's flopping around. See, he's pissing all over himself.
Thing got,
and then he's laying around. He's like, oh, they want to fuck so bad.
That's Joe's juice right there. That thing is serving, huh?
You know what's crazy about them? They're only horny like that for like a month.
Yeah, thank God, dude. They would ruin a schoolyard. I mean, that thing.
Oh, they do ruin
if
schoolyards.
If they ran onto a schoolyard.
If they're horny and people get stupid, take a selfie. They get fucking speared. Like a 700-pound super athlete.
I would hate having that much wiener, I feel like.
Really? You don't know until you have it. You just have to find the right gals.
No, I don't think so. You think so?
I think so.
I feel...
No. Don't show me this. Don't show me this.
I think this one was okay. This actually wasn't the one I was looking for.
Oh, you crazy bitch. Get the fuck away from that thing.
It just
Jesus
happened to,
Christ.
The bison kind of attacked, but it didn't keep
What
attacking.
Why are people so goddamn stupid for the gram? You know how many people have died taking selfies? I saw this video the other day on Instagram of this lady who died taking a selfie on the side of a cliff.
And can you imagine, too, because you know what's going on. There's a moment where you realize, oh, I'm taking a selfie and I'm going to die.
No, I don't think they realize it until it's too late.
See, she was posing for a picture here, and the bison sort of just said, "Get the fuck away from me."
Yeah, he just gave her a little of that. Like, get the fuck away. Ay. Look at her. She's so uncoordinated.
Yeah, she
With
was
her
too.
stupid backpack filled with fucking Capri Suns. It's falling down. Dope. Fucking potato chips in her backpack and shit.
Oh, dude, I saw a monkey at a young black woman fight over a bag of chips. There's a bunch of those.
Monkeys
if you look
will
up
steal your shit.
Cambodia, yeah,
They
don't
will
care.
steal your shit. They will run up on your table and steal your food right off your plate. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Give me that sandwich. And they just run off with it.
They don't care, man.
They don't care. Did you hear about, was it India where the monkeys started jacking puppies? In India, a dog killed a monkey, so these monkeys went on a rampage and started chucking puppies off roofs.
Oh.
They would carry puppies to the top of roofs and right, Fucking chuck them off the roofs.
Like a Maltese.
Yeah, monkeys blamed for hundreds of puppy deaths captured in India. So they'd bring them up to the top of a fucking building and throw them. Villagers
Maltese,
claim
though.
animals were carrying out revenge killings after dogs killed an infant monkey. Speaking of which, have you seen what's going on with orcas? So a female orca, the matriarch, the head of this female orca pack, the head of this orca
And
pack.
when you say
rather,
orcas, what are you talking about?
killer whales.
Oh, damn. All right.
That's an orca.
Oh, God.
So they started sinking boats, and they're teaching each other how to sink boats. Apparently, this boat fucked up one of these orcas. Because sometimes what happens is something will go wrong, and a propeller will hit. They've happened all the time with sharks. It's happened with whales. Propellers will fuck up a dolphin. Or an orca.
My friend Dave got pushed off a boat and he got hit by it. When we went over him, he got pushed off the front.
Oh, jeez.
And it fucking hit him.
Where did it hit him?
I'm not sure. He wasn't that great to start off with, but it didn't help him. But I don't think it harmed him much. You know, it's like
It helps some people. Some people get whacked and it helps them.
It helps them.
You know, that Kinnison and Roseanne are my two favorite examples.
Oh,
They
that's
both
true,
get hit
huh?
by cars. Wildest people I know. Well, I don't know Kinnison, but I know Roseanne real well. She got hit by a fucking car when she was 15. Bad. She was in a mental institution for 9 months afterwards.
That's
She was a straight A student. She couldn't count afterwards. She couldn't do math. Couldn't do anything.
That's unreal.
She got the lady. There was she was driving towards the sun, and the lady couldn't see, and Roseanne walked right into the street when she was 15 and got fucking clipped by a car from back then. You know those big old fucking sleds.
Oh, those things meant it.
Caprice or something like that. Some giant fucking.
Those LTDs or whatever.
Yeah. Some big ass stupid fucking car just cracked her. So the so this is an orca attack in Portugal. So they started doing this. They say the boat suddenly something hit us. So this is from 2021. But what I'm talking about is very recently.
Yeah, no, this was in the article that was explaining it. This is just an example of it, like they caught on tape.
So it's happening quite a bit off the Iberian coast. The Iberian orcas has taught at least 9 other whales to attack and destroy rudders.
Wow. And so
Bro.
it's like a Middle Eastern thing?
I just think it's a thing with a particular area where the orcas in that particular area have had problems with people.
I see.
And so they've decided to let them know who the fuck is the boss.
Take action.
Yeah, they're fucking up people's boats.
it's hard to tell what's happening in the video, but they explain.
Bro, I'd bring fish. I'd be like, I'm not that dude. I'm your friend.
Yeah.
Here's a mackerel.
Here's a mackerel. Here's a can of tuna. I would bring them.
Yeah, but they might be a little upset about the can.
I think I'd put it on a plate. I'd plate it for them.
I don't think they like plates either.
Oh, that's a good point, huh?
Actual full mackerel's the way to go. You know, tuna's just for us. Like tuna fish in a can.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that one fish we decided to just fucking can up all the time? Like, you can't turn into sandwiches, everything.
Yeah.
Like tuna salad, tuna this, tuna that. It's all tuna.
Yeah, tuna really it's gotten the brunt of it, huh?
Oh, my God.
I bet other fish like,
Thank God we're not tuna.
yeah.
Yeah, they're like the most canned fish ever,
Yeah.
right? Like, what gets canned? They can some salmon.
But canned salmon, I think, is a little pricier, too.
Much more. There's a really good company. I forget what the company's called, but they do wild caught. They all do line caught salmon. So you're getting wild salmon, not raised, and then they can it. So it's real good for you.
My sister used to have a bass that was in their house, and it was like, it couldn't even turn around in the tank.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I don't think it minded.
I bet it did.
I don't know.
Of course it did.
It lived there for a long time.
That's what they say to guys in solitary. I don't think he minds.
yeah, it's true.
He's by himself in there. Especially if it's a bass, you can't talk to him. You know, he's probably like, get me the fuck out of here. I want to be on a lake.
Yeah.
I want to be eating frogs, you cunt.
He's just watching Cops out of one eye with my sister.
He's watching 90 Day Fiance. What the fuck is wrong with people? Keep me in this goddamn bowl. I'm a bass. You stupid fuck. I used to have piranhas.
Yeah, of course you did, man.
Yeah.
Who doesn't think you did?
I had this one house that I lived in when I was living by myself. There was like an indoor courtyard to this house. And I literally actually consulted construction people. I was going to create like a miniature Jurassic Park in this courtyard. I was going to seal it off and put crocodile monitors in and have like a little hatch where I could release a rabbit.
And watch them kill it?
And watch them kill it. Yeah. But then I had like a come to Jesus moment. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why do you want to do that?
Well, I think it would be. I would like to have a small something like that, maybe in the home. You know.
I did like having the piranhas.
And was that where you? And were you? Was it like a goal of yours, do you think? Or were you just like, okay, this is my first place. I want to design it how I want. Or were you just...
It was...
Because that's a big thing to think about.
It was first getting money.
Yeah.
First thing I got with money, I got a nice car. I'm like, ooh, got a nice car now. And then I was like, what other shit can I have? Like, I didn't have any responsibilities back then. I was 27. Free. Yeah. Free as a bird. And I just was buying stupid shit. You know? I had 3 pit bulls.
Dang, bro, that's sick,
They
dude.
were great dogs, though.
Yeah.
They're the best dogs, man. Well, I don't say that. My dog is the best dog. The golden retriever, they're the best pet ever. They're just so full of love, and they're just so... But there's something about pit bulls, man. They're just so loyal. They love you so much.
Really? You think more than a different type of dog?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I wonder if we could tell. I wish we could tell how much dogs love us or not, you know?
My dog is like so domesticated. He's so sweet, and he's not like remotely threatening to anybody. Anybody who comes over the house, you're my best friend. Like if you come over my house tonight, he'd be like, Theo! He'd be like so happy, he'd be whining and running around you in circles and stuff. He just loves everybody.
Wow.
But pit bulls are like, they just have so much more tenacity. They're so angry.
Yeah.
They're just so full of fucking just raw, and they just want to play and just want to kiss you, and they just like, they're so full of life.
Yeah, they'll fucking hug you till you're dead.
Oh,
too.
they want to. When I would come home from work, my dogs would literally like just jump on me, jump on me. I would lay on the ground, they would just swarm me and kiss me.
Yeah, they almost have ground game a little bit, huh?
They got a little ground game. I used to teach them.
Yeah?
I'd get side control on them. I teach them how to hip escape. I'd be like, bro, you got to put your paw here. Got to create space. I get him in a rear naked choke.
Oh, shrimp.
I'd
shrimp,
take his back.
shrimp. Yeah.
He loved it.
Dude, my friend, when I was in the I was in the busboy industry a long time ago, you know, and the first gay dude I ever met, this dude Billy Conforto.
How old
right?
were you?
I was probably 14, right?
That was the first gay you ever met.
Yeah, that ever met straight on. There
Was
a-
he 14 too?
No, he was probably 30. So, and he was like the toughest gay dude, so he could like fight, and he was gay. Nobody'd ever seen it, you know?
That's scary for a homophobe.
Oh, totally.
Some dude who fuck you up and suck your dick.
Oh, that's the biggest fear.
Or make you suck his
That's the crazy part.
with no teeth. He punches all your teeth out.
Oh, that's got to be crazy. So that changed the game for a lot of homophobes because they're like, who's this queer, you know?
dude.
And then you're like, oh, if that dude knocks me out and then makes love to me, it's going to be a 0 for 2 tonight, you know?
Yeah, that's a more than 2 points.
Yeah.
That's like a 10-8 round.
But Billy had pit bulls, and he sold weed and everything, and we'd get so high, and then I would get so scared of the dogs, man, that I had to go outside a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
Because I couldn't. He was like more, he'd be a lot more comfortable around him and stuff, but I would get high, and then I would just get scared around the dogs.
Well, it's the dog that can kill you. That's
Right.
what's crazy. It's
That
like
was
they're
it.
they're real sweet and everything, and if you get a good one, you train them right and raise them right. They're so loyal and they're so affectionate, but the power that they have is so wild.
Yeah, I mean, Billy would put on like an Adidas tracksuit and make him like attack things in his yard and shit. So he was like,
Oh, so he was training him to be like that.
he was, but he also loved them. But he like also was like from a tough area, so you know there was a value in having the dogs be tough. And
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have that, right? They have dogs that are just protection,
Yeah.
like around their house all the time. If you live in a rough area, there's no better thing than dogs. They let you know when people are there. Everyone's scared of them. It's not, you know, they'd rather break into a house that doesn't have dogs.
Oh, a lot of people, if they didn't have a dad, they would have a dog. You know,
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. If you're young, yeah, you have a few dogs.
the wife would get a dog a lot of times if they didn't have a husband. I remember.
Yep.
But there was a lot of dangerous dogs in my neighborhood growing up.
The problem is when they get loose.
Oh yeah,
When you have dangerous dogs and you don't do a good job of containing them, I was always worried about my dog getting out. My dog Frank Sinatra, he was a pit bull that was bred for hog hunting in Hawaii. They breed them different. and they breed them. They actually have longer ears. It's really interesting. They're almost like Labrador ears because the whole idea is that they're picking up scent. You know, dogs pick up scent with their ears. That's why bloodhounds have those crazy long ears.
Really?
As they're running. It's like, you know how you fart and you like waft up the smell? Like, whoo, what is that?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, dogs are doing that with their ears as they're running. They're wafting up these scents. So they could pick up little minuscule particles of scents as they're wafting up. And my pit bull had longer ears. He had ears almost like a Labrador, but he was a pure pit bull. But big fucking head, just jacked body. And he would, like dogs would come, like dogs that were loose would come to the fence and fuck with him. And he would go crazy. He just couldn't get to them, and they would be fucking with him. And one dog pissed on his fence, like just lifted his leg up. A Labrador came by, pissed on his fence. And so he started slamming his head into the metal bars, like so his wrought iron metal bars, and he slams his head into the bar. And he's like mostly head, right? And pit bulls are like 50% head. And he's just like fucking. And he gets his fucking head through, and I hear all this noise, and I'm alone in the house. And then I hear this noise, and I look out the window, and I see Frank with his head like wedged between the bars, and I see this dog right outside the gate that was pissing. And I was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna get out!" And so I run up to the fence, and I get to him right when his ass pops through he bent the bars, and he got out. And so it's me running down the street in my socks, chasing this dog.
Fucking Andy Dufrank, baby.
He plowed this dog right into a pile of trash cans, right in my neighbor's trash cans, and I got a hold of his collar right before it got ugly. I'm like, motherfucker. So then I had to have another bar welded all around the perimeter of my fence to keep him from separating the bars. So this Israeli dude came over here, and he was the welder guy and the fence guy, you know. And he's like, "What happened to your fence?" And I said, "The dog did it." He goes, "This fucking fence? This dog bent this fucking fence with his head?" I go, "Yeah, the dog peed out there." He goes, "Bro." I go, "Yeah, that's a crazy dog. It's a different kind of dog."
Oh, that's Mike Perry, dude.
That's a different kind of dog.
Yeah.
Different kind of dog. They don't care about pain. Pain doesn't mean a fucking thing to them. They just want to get you. They just want to get out. Like this dog was like, I don't think the dog was. I think the dog was like being friendly. Like he's like, "Oh, smell my pee." You know, he's a Labrador.
Right, he's
He
just
didn't
like
know any
goofing
better.
around like, "I'll piss over here."
He
Yeah,
thought
like
he
he's in
was
a
fine.
frat. He's like, "Oh, I'm a cig app."
Probably didn't even know what a pit bull was.
Yeah,
It's like, this dog's a lot louder than me.
Yeah.
What's going on over here?
Oh God, that dog's wearing that dog has a chain.
I had this one neighbor that had a dog that he never trained. I mean, at all. It was basically a wild dog that he fed. It was a boxer. And this dog wouldn't listen to anybody. When they leave him in the house, if they left the screen, so like they left the door open, the screen, the dog would just fly through the screen, just burst through the screen and go out. And then he'd come home when he was ready. You
And
couldn't.
the dog, he just had his own like plan or whatever.
They were just idiots. They were really frustrated. Oh, look at this dog. Is that a pit bull too? Yeah. Look at him. That's what he did. That's what my dog did.
Oh yeah.
He'd bend the bars, man. Yeah, they're a different kind of animal.
God.
You gotta really make sure that your perimeter is secure with a dog like that. But this dog was not a dangerous dog. It's just a little boxer.
I think I just got so I think just like I would be so nervous around them, you know, and
But you should be if they're not trained well.
and we didn't grow up around any dogs.
Oh,
You know, except for like dogs that were in our neighborhood, we didn't like and they were more violent animals. We didn't have any like dogs in our home or any experience around dogs. You know, I remember first time I ever even met a indoor dog. It was, I didn't know a dog could even be indoors, right? And I was at my buddy Scott's house and they had a golden retriever. And this bitch came around the corner, dude, and I was like, who in the fuck is that? I mean, it was like the most beautiful thing. I mean, it was just like
fluffy and
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Fucking long
They're
blonde
gorgeous
hair.
dogs.
It was like Suzanne Summers, dude, just coming. And I was like, damn, that thing is fucking fine, you know?
Suzanne Summers.
I just never seen a dog look like they had like gotten a good night's sleep, you know?
Remember Suzanne Summers with the Thigh Master?
Yeah.
All she had was this spring that just tightening up your pussy muscle. Because that's what you're doing. Like there's a lot of like it's not squatting for your butt. It's not lunges. You're just tightening up them pussy muscles.
Oh,
You're going
dude.
squeeze that dick, squeeze that dick, squeeze that dick.
That thing's gonna gleek by the time you get done with it, dude.
See if you can find the ad for the Thigh Master. A lot of ladies bought that too because they wanted to look like Suzanne Summers. Look, it's just a spring. She's still looking good. She's like 1,000 years old.
Oh yeah, she still looks really good in my head.
One of the biggest blunders in all of television, though. Her and Three's Company.
Three's Company too. That was a great show. What happened to it?
Crazy negotiations. She wanted more money. She was demanding more money because she had become a giant star. And so they basically relegated her to, she wasn't even on the show anymore. Like, there was one episode where she made a phone call and she called them like she was on vacation. And that was her in the episode. Her in some totally different location calling them on the phone.
Wow.
And then they eventually replaced her.
Yeah, I remember they got a new woman.
I think it was like, you know, she got an aggressive agent. It might have been a husband, one of those deals.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got this. I'm going to fucking, you deserve more money.
Yeah.
It's just like what happened with Call Her Daddy. That's a similar situation. You know the Call Her Daddy podcast?
Oh yeah. Alex, what's her name? Colin? No, Cooper. Alex Cooper. Yeah, her name is.
Well, she had a co-host.
Right.
And the co-host had a boyfriend who was an agent.
Something Franklin. Sophia Franklin?
Is that it?
You got it.
And then Portnoy told us the whole story.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, it was like the dude thought that like she's gonna be this. She's a fucking star. You need to pay her more, and like you know they had a deal. The deal's a deal. She wanted more, and then there was negotiations, and
Yeah, her husband.
yeah. So her husband, former television producer Alan Hamill, went to negotiate for her, asking for $150,000 a week, which was the average that men were earning on television at the time. Okay, it's not television.
Yeah.
That's like saying, well, brain surgeons make this, and I'm a plumber, so I deserve it. And on par with what her co-star Ritter was making, John Ritter. She said she didn't know at the time that Ritter was making more since the three of them had a favored nations clause. What does that mean again?
Favored nations, I think, is like chair. What is it? It's in.
I thought that means that you all make the same amount. Yeah. Is that what it means?
No, I think it's a Inuit thing, isn't it?
No. That's First Nation.
First
MFN provision is a term included in a contract for products or services that prevents the seller from selling its products or services to the buyer's competitors for a lower price or on better terms.
Oh. I thought this bitch was a Choctaw, dude. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Favored nations contract. I want what she's getting. Favored nations.
You know, agents will ruin a lot of stuff, and
Oh, God, yeah.
it's unfortunate, huh?
Yeah, omnipresent in entertainment contracts certainly gets its fair share. The post-exposure favored nations clauses are relatively simple to describe. They're a contractual commitment that no other relevant party will receive better or more advantageous terms from the party making the commitment. That makes sense. So if you and I were doing a show, we would have a favored nations deal where we would both make exactly the same amount of money, which is fair. So she probably didn't know that he was getting paid because John Ritter was a giant star at the time.
Yeah, and that is John Ritter.
Yeah, John Ritter.
He was incredible.
He did an episode of News Radio.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was cool, man. So that was them back in the day, man. It was a great fucking show.
He was so
And
talented.
some guy ruined it.
Didn't he do Noises Off, that movie, too?
What was that? Noises Off? I don't know what that is. Is that a deaf movie?
I don't know. Dude, I'll tell you this. One time I was walking down the street in New York, and they had a deaf group or whatever, like a gaggle or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but they got together, and they were outside of a bar talking, and I'm walking up, and I'm like, I thought maybe like the world had like shut off or something. I couldn't hear because I'm seeing all these people interacting, but there was no sound. Oh. And I get close, and
Here it is. Noises Off.
Never seen this. I don't even.
What is Noises Off?
I do recognize that scene with Christopher Reeves.
oh, I thought John Ritter was in this.
You know, he is.
Yes.
They're doing a theatrical play, but it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Oh.
it's
a
like
movie
one
that's a
shot. It never
theatrical.
ends or something.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But
All right. Yeah.
Is it good?
yeah,
Something to check out?
it's an old movie. Yeah.
He was a real sweet guy. He was everybody loved him. He was on the set of News Radio for a week, and just a super nice guy. Like, there's sometimes you meet people and you hope they're going to be nice because they're nice on TV, but they're not.
Yeah.
And it's really frustrating. It's weird. Like, they're creepy to you. Or they're shitty to you because you're an actor and you're like, oh, wow, you're kind of a cunt. You're a fake. You're faking it for television, but in real life, you're like this weird, snipey, sort of shitty, fucking insulting person.
Yeah.
I met a few of those, too.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's very frustrating because you're like, God, I thought you were nice. I saw you on TV. You're nice. I'm just trying to say hi, and you're a fucking cunt to me.
Yeah. Yeah, we were supposed to, Michael Landon was supposed to come to our town.
Aquaman. No, it wasn't Aquaman. The man from Atlantis.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Hey, was he on Little House on the Prairie?
Yeah.
I think he was on The Man from Atlantis, too, wasn't he?
Good boy. I remember.
Everybody would swim like the man from Atlantis when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
He'd swim like this because he swam like almost like a dolphin. He didn't swim like a person.
Well, dude, you have to think the first
Wasn't
people.
him? No, who was it? Who was the man from Atlantis? Who was the main actor?
More like Patrick Duffy.
Patrick Duffy. That's right. I confuse those two.
Well, Joe, you have to think probably the first
That
people. Oh, wow, that dude. Huh?
You never
Look
saw
at that
this?
pervert.
Man from Atlantis? Yeah, that guy's got a hard drive.
Who's that
Needs to be
fucking-
investigated.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, that was the man from Atlantis. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a big show.
Bro, this looks like
1977 and 1978. Jesus Christ, it only went 1 year.
it's a big show. All right.
It was huge.
Yeah, Joe, I think you just like the show for some reason.
He would swim real funny, man. See if you could find Man from Atlantis swimming. Because he would swim in this like weird way. And so when I was a kid, me and my friends, when we would go swimming, we would fucking copy the Man from Atlantis. He had I still swim like that to this day sometimes when I'm swimming in the pool.
Get
Like
the
that.
fuck
See how he swims?
What? Nobody swims like that.
He swim like a fish, man. Watch.
Bro.
But look how fast he swims. Nobody can fuck with him. He swam like a dolphin, bro.
That's impossible.
This is stupid. Like he jumped up.
Did he grab a fish?
Oh, this is
Yeah,
a
he could jump
horrible
up.
show.
He jumped up better than the dolphin did. Totally made sense.
This is all.
Bro, he's touching her tit. What's going on there?
Oh,
he had
yeah.
webbed fingers.
Oh,
That's
he
right.
did?
Yeah, he had webbed fingers.
Oh, I'd hate that.
Did he talk?
Good if you were swimming. Yeah, he talked.
Yeah, but trying to get a mitten on would just fucking.
That would suck.
God, it would
Mitten
be
would be
crazy.
easy. A glove would be the real problem.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, mitten would be great. Mittens are really the move, man. Take your fucking glove off. You need to use your fingers. Like, how good are your fingers working when you have a glove on? Very bad.
Yeah.
But mittens, your shit stays warm. Ooh, all them little fingers nuzzling up against each other, keeping each other warm.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll open the end and be like, y'all have fun in there, boys. Yeah, because they're having a blast in there.
They're having a good time in there. It's a little warm party.
Dude, that's why sometimes I think, like, I would hate to have, like, one of those long wieners. Like, what were we looking at?
The elk?
Yeah.
You
Because
keep going back to that.
well, you have to think, though. Well, I was trying to figure out what our conversation what we were talking about. But think how much wiener isn't in the recipient.
Right. There's a certain amount of dick that is a problem. Like, if you have a 12-inch dick,
You're an idiot.
how many people can enjoy that 12-inch dick? Like, how many probably more guys can take it. You probably might have to go gay. Because guys can take some preposterous dicks.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's a duck dick. Ducks have the craziest dicks.
What?
Ducks have dicks that are as long as their body.
Oh, my
They're
God.
these corkscrewy. Well, ducks are rapists, by the way. And the female duck does not want that. So the female duck's vagina is not like a straight shot. It's like a fucking labyrinth. You got to find your way through the passage. And it's got spikes on it. See the little spikes all over the duck
Yeah.
dick? Yeah. Ducks are horrible. When they get a female duck, when they rape them. They bite them and then they just fucking. And so the female duck can allow the male duck in or not in. She can stop the process of it. That's why they have these corkscrew dicks. Like nature has
to make it
invented.
through.
Yeah, this fucking.
Like when you're trying to get your hand into a vending
Yeah.
machine?
Like, look at the duck vagina and then look at the duck dick. See, even the duck vagina is all curly and twisty. It's not a straight shot. So for the female to let the male in, she has to want to breed.
It seems like neither one of them wants to have sex with the other one.
They definitely do, but the way they do it is awful. Like I've seen it at like a pond. It's like you just go, Jesus, should I step in here?
Yeah.
Should I stop there? You see that guy got arrested because he helped a bison, a baby bison, and they had wound up euthanizing it. The mother wouldn't accept it, I guess. There was a baby bison at Yellowstone, and it was having a hard time crossing something. And so this guy got out and helped it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's it right there. So it's
Look at that pervert there. Look at him.
He's a nice guy. He was just trying to help the baby bison. So because it was touched, I guess the female just didn't want it anymore. Because it had the scent of the guy, which is fucking weird.
It says the herd rejected it.
The herd rejected it.
What scent? Like Winston's?
Well, it smelled humans, yeah. He's got fucking cheeseburger smell on his fingers and
For
shit.
sure.
For sure. Look at him. Winston's. Camels. No filters. He's probably good.
What did he smell like? Fucking ABBA albums and fucking Pall Malls.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's on his fingers?
But no, I think I would hate that, man. If you had a long wiener, right?
Right.
Think of how much wiener is.
Not in there.
Yeah. And just
Yeah.
like being in the cold, you know?
Your dick would get cold?
Well, I just think, like, you ever been in like a sleeping bag or whatever and your feet are hanging out the bottom?
Right. Your dick would be out in cold.
Yeah, it's like,
The base of your dick would be so lonely.
oh.
The base of your dick would get no attention.
It would be like,
Yeah. Plus, it would probably be annoying for a girl. Like, I like dick. What is this stupid fucking giant dick that hurts?
yeah, this never-ending dick. It's like watching a long movie, I bet. You're like, oh.
You ever watch a porno where a girl is sucking a guy's dick and it's just ridiculous? It's just like sucking this microphone. It's too big.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That poor guy. The poor girl and poor guy. They must both be frustrated.
Yeah, it's just like watching something. I don't know. A lot of it sometimes for me seems like.
Man with world's biggest penis stuns host with explicit pic. Philip and Josie react to the world's biggest penis.
13.5 inches.
Whoa. His name is Jonah Fallon, New York actor. Wow. Let me see this dude.
I don't want that.
That's the guy?
Oh my God. That's him,
Jonah?
huh?
Yeah.
That's the kind of dick that you have.
Ooh, look
when
at
you
that
don't-
wand on him, homie.
That's a hog. That's just
My
a hog.
God, boy. Dang, dude.
look at
Imagine
that
getting directions from that guy.
So he's
Hey.
showing it to them. Scroll down. So there he shows it to them. That's his hog.
So now
Look
you
at
no
her.
longer have to compare it to these objects.
He just showed him his cock.
I think he's saying it's about as big as that thing.
Yeah, but that makes sense. 13.5 inches.
But who wants that? I just feel like if you had that much, I would just hate it. And say if you're walking to the restroom or something, if you have a cat, that cat's going to attack that bitch every time.
Probably if you're naked.
Not a, dude, not a chance.
It's a dangling little cat toy.
Oh, dude. You have to basically hold your dick up like this when you walk over to the bathroom.
You can't walk around in it. Oh, that's like guys with inflated balls.
132-pound scrotum.
Yeah, that's just a disease, though, right?
Yeah, but same problem that he's explaining.
But it's a much worse problem because, like, it's a cancerous
What is
sack.
that? It's like my 300-pound inmate or whatever.
What makes their balls grow up that big? What do they do about those, by the way?
Where?
Because more than one dude has had his balls
yeah, it's called scrotal lymphedema.
edema.
I don't think I want to look up pictures of this.
Yeah, you do. You definitely do. But let's get some smelling salts in the system first.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah. We're going to look up giant scrotums getting operated on. Let's fire up. Oh, Jesus. Let's fire up. Let's fire up. Let's go.
All right.
You first.
Oh, man, I've been waiting for that.
Woo! He
Here
requested
comes
this,
Santa
ladies and
Claus,
gentlemen.
Here comes Santa Claus, right?
Right down Santa Claus Lane. Take a sniff. Ready? Hit it.
Those are dead.
Is it dead?
You got way too deep.
I think.
Yeah.
That could be the older one, and this could be the newer one, but even still, it's only supposed to last for like a week
Yeah.
or two after you open
This
it.
is not good. This one don't work. Time to order some. We should always have some on the hand. Oh, got him. Got him. Got
I thought it
him.
was going to be dead, and it wasn't.
Woo! That must be our most recent one.
Yeah.
So let's chuck this one.
Okay.
And let's order some. We'll order like 5 more.
I mean, I had 3. I think we've used them all.
Moves all.
I might-
Here we
could have
go.
one more, but I think it's
Welcome
on.
to the danger zone.
Okay, here we go.
Boy.
Huh?
Fuck yeah, boy.
It's not fresh, but it's good enough.
But it's strong, yeah. Let me get one more.
That's good.
This is my high,
That works.
man.
That works.
So I told you
Woo!
this guy did it to his eyes. He was getting
Why'd he do it to his eyes?
maybe it.
He's
I mean,
trying to.
yeah.
Did he get rocked?
No, he's trying to wake up to go play. Probably. He might have gotten rocked. I don't know.
I'm gonna
Hockey
bring
players
those to
do
the
it crazy.
comedy club.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a blast before I go on stage.
Whoa.
Is that Takachuk?
Put a couple laughs right before I go on stage.
Dude, you know where I got to oh wow.
I'll wake you right the fuck up.
One thing that yeah, I think there's something about that people have an extra wiener that makes me angry.
You go back to that. Makes you angry, like the world's not fair.
Well,
That's
it's
how
just-
flat-chested girls feel when other girls walk by with giant tits.
Yeah.
That's a big one, right? Because if you're just born with giant tits, you just hit the genetic lottery, and every guy loves big tits. They all love them. They have no use for them. They just want to squeeze them, just want to suck on them.
Some of them are so big though.
Yeah, you can get too big, just like a dick.
And you're just like, God,
You could be like that Canadian teacher that teaches woodshop class with giant rubber tits on. That shit is where woke hits its final destination.
Dude, the crazy part is the guy looks like Tim Dillon if you just put a regular picture of him
Oh
up.
yeah, because he's like not really trans. It's a scam. So let's see what the operation is on this this guy Saccaroni. Boy, that's the improvement. Look at the improvement. The improvement is what's on the right.
Oh, he had nut in his
It's
legs.
a blockage of lymph nodes, obviously, but
I guess your nut will back up into your legs. Damn.
So it goes to his legs.
Oh.
Oh Jesus Christ! And what do they do to drain it?
it seems.
Oh, look at that one. It's like necrotic. Look at the far left.
Oh no.
Look at that. Look at his butt. Look at his butt.
Oh, yeah.
Click on that.
don't want
It's like his skin is dying. Oh, Jesus.
That's
How
fucking-
long do you have to wait before you go see a doctor? I mean, for real. That seems like a little bit of putting off.
Yeah, that guy's
You know?
he's turning into a tortoise. It looks like that guy's got that hang green on him. That's him.
He got better.
Some dudes just, he did get better. Look at him. Congratulations, sir.
But imagine just bringing a bag in and people are like, "What's in the bag?" You're like, "My nuts are."
But hold on. It looks like they stuffed his nuts up into his stomach.
Yeah.
Look. Like in the left one, he doesn't have a big belly. In the right one, maybe as soon as he can get out, he just started eating like a pig. It's like, finally.
Well, I'm sure once you can go out, you want to go enjoy yourself. You want to go to.
I guess. But wouldn't you like concentrate on cleaning up your fucking health? Obviously, you got something real wrong. So what does it say here?
This is how it started.
Over the next 9 months, every 6 days or so, he would experience what he felt like a sensational carpet burn in his groin, then severe cold and shaking, followed by his scrotum growing uncontrollably larger and larger. It got so bad one day that I stood in my living room and cried, he said. There was a fresh breakage of the skin, and it stung to know it. Oh, man, he's getting fucking stretch marks on his ball sack.
You ever had like where your toe connects to your foot and it kind of will crack right there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the time.
Imagine like that happens on your nuts. That would hurt so bad.
Yeah, because where your toe connects with your foot, kickboxing, I would always get those. Always.
That's the worst.
Because you're pushing off with such extreme force with your toes, and your skin gets dry and things get cracked, and I was always getting slices down there.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate that.
It sucked because you're walking around, your feet hurt. Ah.
Yeah, and you kind of have to walk like this. You get used to it, but in the beginning, you kind of have to just
Yeah.
walk like this.
Yeah.
What else were we talking about, bud?
Dicks. Big
Yeah.
dicks.
Ugh.
Big old dicks.
Yeah, if I because also people are starving in another country, and you got this big old dick all on you.
Right, and you're fat.
Yeah,
Like that guy, that actor, he's eating well with his giant hog. Do you think like 13 and a half inches, I would imagine girls like don't swipe right on you. Is swipe right good or what is it when you choose yes? Is swiping right?
I'm not on the apps.
Swipe.
It's
Swipe
right.
right, yeah.
Right.
So I bet if you say, by the way, I have a 13 and a half inch dick, girls will be like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Who wants that?
I think a lot of women would want to see it. So it's almost like come back to my place, come back to my new house, come see this,
Giant dick.
or like this,
Yeah.
like this, like the animals
Come
that
see
you
my
made.
Ferrari. Right.
Like what was that
Yeah.
den you were gonna make with the animals?
Yeah, like a terrarium.
Yeah, come see my terrarium, and then you go on the other side of the terrarium and like put your dick in like a little hole, and then let a gerbil loose in there.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing happens, but she keeps thinking the wiener's gonna get the little
Gonna get bitten.
get that gerbil,
He's on
baby.
the wrong website making money. I just looked him. He's got a cameo, but he should definitely be on OnlyFans, right?
Maybe he doesn't want people to see his dick.
What?
He's still an actor. You know, maybe he's like still trying to make it out in that
a lot of
world.
money.
That's the hardest world to make it in, man.
In acting?
Because they don't have to pick you. You could be amazing, And some shitty casting agent, some shitty director, they might not like you. You might remind them of an ex-boyfriend. They might think you're too confident, or they might be playing power trip games.
Yeah. There's too much, and there's a lot of nepotism too, it seems like, in that industry.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of like, you see so many people get opportunities where you're like, man, did that person really, or were opportunities where their family was involved, you know?
It's family involved, but in more cases, it's networking.
Yeah.
It's like I dated a girl who was an actress when I first came here, and she always was networking. She's like, I have to go to this party. I have to meet these people. I have to know these casting people. I have to know these. And I'm like, oh. And she would go around them and be so fake. Oh, my God, I love your dress. Like that kind of shit. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's exhausting. Because it's one thing if someone's like super complimentary,
Yeah.
and they have nothing to gain for it. Like, dude, I love your shoes. Where'd you get those? And you know it's pure.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's
Like,
oh,
yeah, I
thanks,
like your
man.
hat. I like
Yeah.
your,
Yeah.
I like your arms or whatever.
If someone's complimentary of you, look at you, handsome motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's complimentary for no reason. But there's something gross about when you know someone that I know this girl. This is not how she is.
Right.
And she's kissing everybody's ass just to appear nicer. Like maybe they'll think about her when a role comes up. And so that forms their opinions on things too, because that forms their political opinions. Because they find out what the political opinions of the casting people and the executives, which is always left leaning.
Yeah.
Unless you're on Yellowstone, you better you better be wearing a fucking pride flag or something. Like you have to like be 100% progressive, liberal leaning, left leaning.
Yeah.
And so these people alter their opinions of the world based on what is going to get them closer to the honeypot,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah. I think it's amazing that all of Hollywood has the same political beliefs.
All. Except Yellowstone, that Taylor Sheridan guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He seems like an interesting guy. Have you met him?
No, I've connected with him on text messages. He's friends with Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
But I admire that guy. And his shows are fucking amazing.
People love him, dude.
Yeah, and his movies too. He made that what was that fucking movie, the bank robbery movie with was Jeff Bridges in it? God damn it, it's good. I know the movie.
You know who I want to meet?
Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water. That's it.
And Sicario.
God damn. And he made Sicario? Oh shit.
Really?
Sicario 2 kind of sucked.
Was Sicario with
Benicio del Toro.
Benicio.
Oh no, I'm thinking of something. else.
Benicio del Toro. I love that dude.
Yeah.
He seems like a cool motherfucker.
Well, Spanish people always seem cool, I think, because it's neat to say their name.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just cool.
Del Toro.
I remember when he was in
Secretariat.
he was in the Johnny Depp movie about Hunter S. Thompson. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, that was the movie.
He played
back
the attorney.
then.
Oh, that was a great movie.
We
He
can't
played
stop
the
here.
attorney.
This is bad.
Yeah, there he is. He got fat for that movie too.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a fucking great movie. That movie makes me want to do drugs.
Oh God.
Makes you want to do drugs and go to Vegas.
Ugh.
Fun fucking times.
Benicio
del Toro. Yeah. He was also the werewolf. Did you ever see him in The Wolfman?
Love. You can see him looking in his eyes right there and tell he was.
He was good in The Wolfman. The Wolfman was kind of a cornball movie. It was like a combination of CGI and like real like Rick Baker style makeup, which is pretty cool. But
The Wolf Man.
you never saw it?
No.
Find the scene where Benicio del Toro transforms into the werewolf, because there's a scene when they've got him bolted down to a chair in an operating room, and give me some volume on this, because these dudes
So, we will
they think he's insane.
And once Mr. Talbot has witnessed that the full moon holds no sway over him, that he remains a perfectly ordinary human being, he will have taken his first small step down the long road to mental recovery. Now, we
Skip
are
ahead
all
here.
aware that
Yeah,
Mr.
no, this is
Talbot
good.
has suffered quite traumatic personal experiences. He witnessed his mother's self-mutilations. His young mind, unable to accept it, created a fantastical truth. That his father is to blame. That his father is literally a monster. But
Is that Nicolas Cage?
No.
Your father is not a werewolf. You were not bitten by a werewolf. You will not become a werewolf. Any more than I will sprout wings and fly out of that window.
That's how they did medicine back then, in a theater. Isn't that weird?
I
That's how they did operations.
think that,
Wow.
Mr. Talbot has something to say to us.
No sedatives. He's got something to say to them.
Speak up, Miss Talbot. Forgive me, but we can't hear you.
You moron. Tonight I will kill all of you.
Wow.
Yes, well, as you can see, lycanthropy
Please do
is
something
a
about it!
disease of the mind, existing
Kill me.
somewhere in the deep
Kill me.
recesses.
Uh-oh.
To him, it seems very real.
Oh, man. Ooh.
This is badass. It's a great scene. The movie's but this scene is fucking dope. Wow.
Oh, dang. Oh, look at that pervert, huh? Is that David Spade? Oh. That's crazy, man.
It's a good scene.
Yeah, it is really good.
But you see, he was like kind of half goofy.
Yeah.
It was like half a werewolf, half a fucking man, some CGI. Like, this is CGI.
It was good, though, I thought.
It's pretty good.
It looks really good for what time period was this?
This was a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
This is like 2011.
Oh, that's not that bad.
2010.
Dude, remember Swamp Thing?
Yeah, I forgot about Swamp Thing. I used to read the comic books.
Really? I never really knew it was a
DC
comic.
Comics, Swamp Thing.
Dude,
yeah.
in our area, people were so excited because it was Louisiana. You know, people were like, "Fuck yeah, dude, the swamp is back." You know, people were like, "We got this. We can do it."
We could do it. We're heroes now.
Yeah, you'd see people's dads telling them, "Don't you want to be like Swamp Thing, son?"
Really?
Yeah, like people were just
That was the big hero of Louisiana.
people were fired up.
There was a movie Swamp Thing, wasn't there?
I'm Googling now. There's a bunch of recent stuff, but I can't tell how
Really?
much of it's like, yeah, here, I've been on YouTube. There's
That was the old movie. That was the
Yeah.
original movie.
this says 4 years ago, DC Universe original.
Oh, I think that's animated.
There's a
That was the
Wes
one it looks like, I
Craven
think.
something here.
Wes Craven.
But I don't know if that's someone just typed his name in to get attention.
God,
I think Wes
boy.
Craven did direct the Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing was good though.
Not long ago, in the unexplored regions of an unmapped swamp, the creative genius of one man collided with another's evil dream, and a monster was born. And Louisiana was back on the map.
Yeah, Wes Craven film.
Swamp Thing.
I like to dream.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ride between the sound machine. Yeah, I mean, it's sick. And Swamp Thing's just riding a truck. Yeah. Did you ever interview Willie Nelson? Do you ever interview him?
No, I would love to interview Willie Nelson. I don't think I interview people. I think I just talk to them.
That's a good point. Yeah, sorry. Do you ever just talk to Willie
No,
Nelson?
it's okay. But I mean, people have said that, like, about, I love your interview, and I'm always like, I mean, kinda, sorta. It's really just a conversation.
Well, some people, I think, if you're curious on information from them,
Yes.
then you want to ask them more things like about that they know about that you don't know about.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, if I'm talking to Michio Kaku or, a quantum physicist or something like that, I ask questions. I'm essentially interviewing them. And especially it's something that I really have no understanding of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the most part, I'm just talking to people.
Yeah.
Which is like takes a lot of pressure off too, because they're like, "What subject do you want to cover?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let's just talk."
Yeah.
Some people are weirded out by that, Like you and I, it's like we've known each other so long. We don't have to talk about what we're going to talk about. We just get in here and start rolling.
Yeah, it's a little easier too. I think it gets easier too when you've been in here before.
Yeah, it's weird when you see people for the first time, and you see them lock up and they're nervous, and I'm always just like, "I'm gonna hold your hand. We're gonna get through this. I'm going to get you 20 minutes in, and you're going to not even know you're here."
Have you had people that really locked up?
Yeah. I've had people get real nervous, and you see them breathing funny, and they can't talk that good because they can't get breath, But it's okay. I always just like, let's calm this thing down. We're going to be all right.
It's pretty normal. I think some people trying something new.
But it's just weird, the numbers. That's what weirds people out, the numbers of humans. That freaks people out. Like, you can't, it's hard to just be yourself in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
But you can. And you do it, I do it, we do it.
Yeah.
You can just be yourself. You are the same fucking dude if you and I are going having dinner somewhere, or if we're at a comedy club, or if we're here. You're the same dude. Some people can't do that. They have to like put on a persona when they're talking, they get weirded out.
Yeah, I think sometimes that's interesting. Like,
do you find that when you're doing podcasts?
I find, I think sometimes I'm like, which me is kind of showing up more today? That might sound a little fucking.
Oh, no, I know what you mean by that.
But like, am I like a little agitated today? Am I feeling like goofy? Am I kind of what's going on? Like, am I a little curious today? Am I a little like, inquisitive? Just which part of me is kind of at the surface sometimes at the moment,
I had a revelation the other night that I forgot about. I was on mushrooms, and I closed my eyes, and I realized that in certain circumstances, when I'm healthy, when everything's going great, I have a very specific frequency. It's a different frequency, and this weird revelation that I had while I was high showed me this. It was almost like a lesson that I was learning. And it was like, here's you now. You're very healthy. I had an IV vitamin drip that day. I'd worked out. I did the cold plunge, did the sauna. No conflicts, no problem in my personal life, no problem in my business life. Everything was beautiful. And I had this like, and then it showed me there's times where you don't have that, where you're irritable, where you're tired, where you're sick, where you're hurt. There's all these different frequencies that you have. And it made me realize, like, you think about your health and you think about, like, how you feel and whether or not you're present. You think it is just, like, it's better to just be this way. But you don't realize that you're achieving a certain frequency. I was achieving a certain frequency at that moment, and I realized, like, this is attainable, and this is what I should strive for, and that I could stay at this frequency. But one of the things that it was telling me is to don't drink. It was like right when I was there, I was like, don't drink. Because if you're drinking right now, you're gonna kill this frequency. It's going to dull it. Like, you might have less inhibitions, but it will dull this frequency.
Wow.
It was very interesting. It was like one of them weird mushroom moments.
Yeah.
Where the mushroom's like, hey, this is probably something you should think about. Because I don't think you think about it this way. You're just indulgent. You do this, you do that. You have a slice of pizza, you eat a meatball sub. But what's going on with your overall energy when you do that? You really want your energy to be at the best possible state, but you don't think about it that way.
Right. But you don't think about it exactly like that way, but we do think about it in ways like our attitude. Like we have little words we use to describe like kind of like elements of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I wonder in the future if there will be a way that we can measure whatever that frequency is. Like sometimes it feels like we're kind of primitive in the the quantifying of like we take our temperature, you know, like just in things that
Blood pressure.
Yeah, in little things that we use to evaluate us. Sometimes I feel like we're on a plane that feels really old sometimes. Like there should be like another plane where we start to like, is there a number for what my frequency is today? Because you kind of feel that it's like where you operate at, and there are things you can do to keep, like I keep earplugs in now for like the first hour and a half of my day, right? And it just keeps a lot of excess like noise in the
For the first hour and a half?
Yep, keeps them out. I'm able to go through the things that I want to go through at home. It's
so
like,
what do you do when you wake up? You just put them in?
I keep them. I sleep with them in.
Do you?
Yep.
You sleep with earplugs in?
Yeah, I think I've heard everything that you can hear at night. You know, for a while I was scared I was going to miss something or if something happened, but I think it's like, dude, they're not doing anything new at night that I wouldn't be able to just imagine is going on.
Yeah, I don't think there's a new invention of nighttime activities.
Yeah. So I got them in, and I'll keep them in, man, and I go through like my morning routine, and it's like.
What is your morning routine?
I pray right when I wake up.
Do you have a specific prayer?
Yeah, just the serenity prayer. You know, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, the wisdom to know the difference. And then sometimes I do like one other prayer, and then I read like these couple of pages of like that give me like help me to look at my day from afar. Like, what am I going to do today? So that helps me like have a little bit more of a plan for my day. Even if it's not a strict plan, it's like at least I'm looking at my day instead of feeling like my day is just like
happening to you.
Yes. And so those little things like that help me. And then I'll do 10-minute meditation, and then I do 10 minutes where I just write just whatever's going on in my head.
You do that every day?
Yep.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that probably pretty solid for, I would say, I don't know, maybe 3 months. But I've done pieces of that for probably 5 years.
What started all that out?
Doing sober stuff, like you get into some of that world, you know. But I think also just like seeing how meditation gives me a little bit detached from myself. So then I'm not like just clinging to everything that happens, so it doesn't affect me immediately. Something can happen, and there's a little bit of space between me and whatever's happening, and that gives me a chance to look at it or manage a little bit more comfortably.
Yeah, that's a problem with getting caught up in the momentum of your day. I do find myself in that spot sometimes. I don't have that specific routine as you do, but maybe it's a good idea.
Yeah. For me, I need it. Some people, they can operate differently. You know, I think for me, it helps to have a little bit of what's going on.
I remember watching this Kobe Bryant interview where he's talking about the first 10 minutes of every day when he wakes up, he meditates. 10 minutes every day. So he has like a clear path forward from the day. He gets his day started off with the right mindset. And that dude was all about mindset.
Yeah.
Mamba mindset, you know. That dude is like he was the embodiment of hard work and discipline, you know, and accomplishment. And that was his way of starting out every day.
Yeah, I think also it gives me something. I kind of look forward to it a little bit the more I do it. I look forward to that time that I spend. But I'll leave those earplugs in, man, until I have to take them out. Until like something comes along.
Do you live in a noisy place?
I live in sometimes a place that has some noise.
You live in an apartment or a house?
Yeah, and I have a house in Nashville, but I have an apartment, still my old apartment in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
it's a little noisy.
Yeah, I guess it's noisy.
LA's noisy. You can always hear something. You can hear somebody.
How often do you go back to LA?
Like 4 months out of the year.
Do you get sad?
Let me think what I get. There's things that I miss. You know, I miss at the store. I miss seeing like Coco Diaz over there, you know?
Yeah, the store.
Yeah, you walk up on him and his eyes light up, you know?
Hey, cocksucker. Yeah, that's what I love about the club that we have, that sign that says "Get it together, bitch."
Yeah, it's funny.
That's Joey.
Yeah. Oh, that's who says that.
Yeah, Joey used to always say that to us. He was so happy when he saw that.
Oh, that's cool, dude. Oh, that's awesome.
Because that was like his thing.
Yeah.
You were about to go on stage. He's firing you up like, get it together, bitch. Let's go. Rock these motherfuckers.
Bro, yeah. There's something about,
Bro, he came into town and murdered.
Did he?
He murdered. He only wanted to do one set. He was supposed to do 2 shows. He's so funny, man. He's like a reluctant killer because he hasn't been doing that much stand-up, because he's living in New Jersey. And it was a 7 o'clock show. He goes, I'll do the 10. I'll do the 10. I go, get the fuck out of here. You're here, man. I go, go up. And he went up and fucking lit those people on fire. The pop that he got, it was just like the pop that you got, but maybe even a little crazier. The pop when Joey got on stage, they were like, no way.
Yeah.
Because he's only been there once.
It's like seeing Santa.
Yeah. That's how they did with Chappelle, too. When I brought Chappelle up at the club the first time, they
Yeah.
went fucking ape shit. They couldn't believe it. Like,
Oh,
how
I
is this
bet.
real? How is Dave Chappelle here? How is this real?
Oh, dude, I remember watching Joey Diaz. I would find myself when his music would come on,
Yeah.
dun, 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 whatever that, remember that intro music he would use?
Yeah.
Whenever that would come on, I would literally, without even doing it, I would be out of my seat.
Yeah.
I would be so excited.
He's the most watched comic by other comics.
Interesting.
I would imagine. Don't
Yeah.
you think? Like, if you knew that Joey was going up in the OR, you'd go and have a seat in the back. Always.
Yeah, because you're going to see something,
Some crazy shit's going to happen.
Yeah,
He's all fired up.
He's going to
on
say the words we're not supposed to say.
He's on 500 milligrams of edibles.
Yeah, dude, he fucking- Bro, one time I went over there and it was him and Lee Syatt, when he's got Lee over there, and he would just Lee's on 70,000.
The flying Jew. He turned Lee Syatt into a fucking total edible head.
Oh, dude, Lee was a fucking.
He would fall asleep while he's producing the show. He's producing the show. There's video of him producing the show. He's producing Joey's show and he's like this.
Bro, well, here's what
Out
happened.
cold.
Here's what happened. One time, I get there and I was like, "Hey, I think I hear a little whistling in the headphones." And Lee's like, "Oh, I'm trying to figure it out." So Lee's trying to figure it out. By the end, he's eating so many edibles. Lee was literally sitting there. He's like,
It was him.
"It was him." By the end. In the beginning, it wasn't. It was some other thing. But we
he started recreating his own.
we manifested our own destiny, bro.
What, you got a video of him falling asleep? Let's go.
He's not sleeping, but
I just saw that, Mr. Side. He saw the devil.
I guess he's with his dad.
You saw the devil.
You even had to shake him off. Shake him up, shake him up, shake him up, shake him.
When Lee Syatt met the devil.
Right there.
Yeah, bro. He tortured people.
Oh, dude.
What's the matter with you?
Dude, one time we
Schizophrenic breaks.
we did some LSD, right? We were children, right? And so we went to the Waffle House because it was open, Mm-hmm. Like when you were on drugs and you were a kid, you basically that's the downside of having any place that stays open all night. Is
Right.
people are gonna come there.
They're all on drugs. No
Yeah,
one's
okay.
sober at Waffle
Yeah,
House.
right? So we get there, dude, and we're in there, and my buddy starts laughing so hard he's kind of convulsing a little bit. My buddy Scott, and the waiter was a black gentleman and a gay guy, and we never seen a gay black dude, right? So anyway, he starts doing the Heimlich maneuver on my buddy, right? And he wasn't choking; he was just losing his shit because he was so fucking geeked up on LSD, right? So, bro,
This dude's doing a Heimlich and he's not even choking?
He's not even fucking choking.
Did you tell him he wasn't choking?
I couldn't speak. I was laughing so fucking hard. It was unreal, dude.
And then how did he figure out that your buddy wasn't choking?
Bro. I think I disappeared and just woke up in the 6th grade. But man, we laughed so fucking hard, man.
This guy's trying to give you a Heimlich. Oh my God.
It was so much fun doing drugs when you didn't know what was gonna happen. It was
Yeah.
scary, but it was exciting,
Jamie, did you put another one of these down? Because I threw the other one.
There was I asked to find another one out there, and apparently that has some power in it, but I don't know.
Check it.
It's not new. I know that.
Give it a whiff.
Do you have a beverage on
What's
you,
it?
Jamie, that I can have?
What would you like?
It's nothing.
Not that bad?
Throw that away too then.
I want that hard hitter, baby. I want something that's gonna fucking teach me something.
Oh, that's the one. That's the what?
That's the one.
There's coffee on the table if you want some coffee.
There
You
is?
want something
Oh, okay.
else? You want a kill cliff?
I just want something, yeah.
You want a kill cliff?
Yes.
Can we get a couple of kill cliffs?
Yeah, man. Dude, it was so cool to see Ron White and talk to him last night.
Man, he's the best.
Bro, I walk in, yeah, he's in there. Tom Segura's in there.
Hey, put a lid on that.
I felt like I'm gonna have one more.
One more. Oh God.
It's I'm an addict because I know I look forward to this.
I look forward to it too.
Yeah.
Am I an addict? Then?
I mean,
A little bit.
probably.
I'm a functional addict or something.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you're an addict, dude, you've redesigned it because you're doing good at it. Yeah, that's
I feel like it can be done.
there you go. That's a zero.
I feel like there's certain addictions that can be managed.
Yeah.
You've had one of these, right?
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, this is my own.
Oh yeah, you got your own, and so does Israel
This
Adesanya,
is
right?
Flaming Joe. Yeah, Israel Adesanya has a kiwi one.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I talked to this guy one time on the phone. He's a really nice guy.
Oh, he's the best. John's the best. And we got a new one coming out with a compilation, a collaboration with me and Cam Haynes. It's a spicy cherry called Elk Blood.
Ooh, nice, boy.
It's good, dude. It's
Keep
good.
hammering, dude.
We went through I had to go through like 7 or 8 versions to get to this perfect, which I think is like the perfect flavor. This one is a pineapple, like a spicy pineapple. It's like pineapple with a little bit of jalapeno.
Pino in there.
This is a very addictive drink.
Yeah, I like having me a little something. I didn't have any caffeine all day today because I wanted to wait till I had some in here. You know?
You manage that?
Yep, I was like, I'm waiting until I get in there, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm going to have it when I get in there.
What's the most time you've ever spent off of caffeine?
30, I would say 30 days.
I had Michael Pollan on, and he was explaining he took like 3 months. Is that what he said? Something like that? 3 months off of caffeine, and he said when he had it, he was like, it was like a psychedelic experience.
Wow.
He's like, it's so different when your body's not accustomed to caffeine, and you have it. It's like you have this insane feeling of bliss. It's like it's really wild. Yeah.
Well, we were doing that. Remember, I used to do those vapes. Remember? Mm-hmm. And right now,
I quit those.
Oh, me too.
Too addictive, and I didn't like it,
Yeah.
and it made me tired. Like I was tired.
Oh, I'd have a couple hits, yeah, and you start to shut
Like
down
this,
a little.
like,
yeah.
But the first hit is magical. The first hit, I'd take a big puff and it'd be like, like everything just washes over you. You feel so relaxed.
Yeah.
It's brain cells dying. It's like, it's like a kid. It's getting stupider where everything's going to be okay. Because I feel like the more smart you are, the more you take into account all the possibilities and all the variables and all things that can go wrong. But one hit of that vape and you're like this.
Oh, yeah.
But then I was always chasing that dragon.
Yep.
And then later on the night, I'd notice I'd be hitting it and nothing would happen. I'd be like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, I couldn't. I think we did Escobars or whatever. Oh, and then one time I went into a place and the lady's like, this is the strongest one they got. This bitch is the strongest. She's like, every hit is like smoking 5 cigarettes. That's what she would say, dude. Like, and then she would fucking hit it, and no joke, her hair would curl, dude.
Smoke's coming out of her ears.
Yeah, like, damn. This bitch like hitting 5 cigarettes. He fucking hit that bitch, boy.
Yeah, I haven't fucked with the vapes in quite a while, but I have friends that still hit them all the time. And you see like, oh, I see that. I see that little demon that's in your body.
I'm about 6 days off right now, and I'm really battling, yeah.
Oh, you're battling still.
Yeah, I don't want to see somebody with one. That's the tough moment for me.
Yeah, you just want to grab it. Give me a hit of that.
Yeah. So last time I didn't see anybody with one. I took a couple puffs off a cigarette, though. I hadn't had that in a few years. That was fun.
What made you quit the vape?
I didn't. It keeps me up. It keeps me just rattling, you know? Like, you
A
ever
lot
think
of
your
nicotine.
You ever think your car is still going and you push it and it's off?
Right.
Like that.
Yeah, you just up.
Yeah, my thing's still going.
And it was late, and you're up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not
I'm
good.
fucking up, dude.
It's also like, it can't be good for you. All that oil, that mist, and you would like, sometimes you'd feel it in your throat.
Yeah.
Your throat would get all dry and fucked up because it's irritated from all the oil. Like, what is in there? Like, what's, Google Escobars. Like, what are the ingredients? Like, what's the oil they use?
I mean, them
That
bitches
mist.
are good, though. Now, if you're running across the border, if you are doing if you are long distance cycling or something, I think have one on you.
propene glycol, a vegetable glycerin, natural and artificial flavors, and nicotine. Mm-hmm. All right, but what is that? Is that bad for you? That's got to be bad for you. Is the additive safe? It's a synthetic food additive that belongs to the same chemical group as alcohol. It's colorless, odorless, slightly syrupy, generally recognized as safe by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Yeah. I don't believe those people, though. FDA, they're all in cahoots. FDA considers the average daily dietary intake of 23 milligrams per kilogram of body weight to be safe for persons 2 to 65 years of age. Maybe, but what about vaping it? Google vaping. Is vaping propane?
That even was from 2008, and I don't think that existed then.
Oh, vaping didn't exist then?
2008? Do you remember people doing it back then?
I don't think so.
I remember they had those little brick vapes.
I used to huff gas and stuff, but that was different.
See if you can Google propene glycol safe. Is propene glycol safe for vaping?
Oh, I'll tell you what's not safe is doing you get the right hand sanitizer and you do a couple huffs on that shit.
You huff hand sanitizer?
Yeah, the good stuff.
Scroll back up to the top. What does it say at the top? It says both propene glycol and vegetable glycerin are considered safe to use in vaping products, but some users may find one or the other preferable due to personal preference.
I'm not considering this website.
Pod salt?
Yeah, so I wasn't even going for
What is that?
I
What
have
is
no
pod
idea.
salt? Okay.
I was trying to find something that seemed more legitimate.
Vaping, it may, it says, lead to lung inflammation.
Oh, yeah.
Click that.
Irritants on eyes and throat.
Well, definitely throat. It definitely irritates your throat. Did you find it irritated your throat?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Vaping propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin may lead to lung inflammation. But the thing is, it's like, how much are you doing? That's the thing with all these. Like, do you know those, what are those called? Feel Free? Those little kava and kratom drinks. There's a lawsuit about them now. Do you know what those are? Ron White brought a bunch of them to the club. Those things.
Not those Four Locos, huh?
No. It's a tiny little drink, like a tonic. And it has kava and also kratom in it.
Oh, I saw him with that last night.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know what's going on with those things, what that does, but you drink a half of one of those. You're not supposed to drink a full one. You're supposed to drink a half of one. Why don't they make it in smaller dosage so it's a single serving? Because it's only that big.
Yeah, because it's hard to judge.
Also, I can't read without my glasses on. Like that little tiny writing, I'm not going to read. This is 2 servings. You know, like when you get like a Monster Energy drink or something like that.
Yeah, I'm having it all.
2 servings. Fuck off.
Yeah, dude. If you, I'm having fucking both of them.
Is it 1 can? Then it's 1 serving.
Yeah.
I'm not sharing this. What the fuck is wrong with you? So if you give me one
pervert is gonna fucking share this?
Google those.
Split it with a buddy, dude.
Yeah. What are you doing? Slurping on
You're
each
gonna put
other's.
a little cup on top and fucking pour a buddy some.
I'm seeing.
Well, I would if there was only one for the 2 of us and we were
but
both
still,
thirsty.
Who's doing that?
Very rarely.
Without looking for a specific brand name, I'm seeing some interesting
Maybe
results.
if you're like at
Just typing
tea
it
or
in.
something.
The
you would-
Live Free thing.
I just typed in kava kratom drink.
Yeah, but just Google Live Free because this one very specific. What I'm bringing up is there's a lawsuit because this one dude, they were getting him at 7-Eleven and a bunch of other different places, and this one dude was an alcoholic and a drug addict, I guess, and he was clean and sober and started drinking these things and went off the deep end. And he was drinking 10 a day, which is crazy. That's 20 doses a day. You're not supposed to have more than 2 in a day. 2 doses, we mean 1 bottle. That's more than you're supposed to have in an entire day.
Damn.
And this dude was down in 10 a day.
Oh my god.
So he was going against any guidelines that they had.
So this is what it looked like.
Yes, that's
All right.
exactly what it looks like.
So what I'm
a
finding,
lot of lawsuits.
It's not kratom is not listed on it, but what they found, well, I guess it is here, but what they found it wasn't. I guess maybe it wasn't being sold that way. It was being sold as a kava drink that had kratom in it, and people didn't know it had kratom in it.
Yeah. Well, I've read varying accounts as to how much kratom is in it. I don't think kratom is necessarily dangerous, but I do know that some people abuse it, for sure. Recovering alcoholic sues wellness drink firm for getting him hooked on 10 of its feel-free kava drinks a day that left him hospitalized because they contained addictive morphine-like substance kratom.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Anything a day is a lot.
10 Diet Cokes is a lot.
But whose fault is the guy? I mean, who's?
It's his fault.
Yeah, it's his fault. Like,
It's
dude,
his fault. 10 a day is his fault. But the thing is, I think what he's saying is they didn't say there was kratom in it.
Oh, totally. Then
Because
that's
it
not
doesn't
fair.
say. I don't even think it says on the website that kratom's in it. I'm pretty sure I googled the website. Go Google the Live Free website and see if it even says kratom on the website.
And a lot of the Chinese, I think, are hopped up on this, right?
Are they?
I think so.
I know a lot of addicts like it.
Kratom, I believe, is it's popular in a lot of, in the Far East.
Well, it's pretty popular everywhere. So let's see what it says is in there. So this is the stuff. What does it say is in there? Does it give you a list of ingredients? Classic tonic, feel free tonic.
This one says kratom's in it right there.
Okay. That's the classic, and then there's another one,
This one
Kava,
doesn't
Cola Nut, Lion's Mane. Oh, so there's a feel-free tonic, and then there's the classic tonic. So the classic tonic is the one that we got. So what does it say in there? What does it say the ingredients are?
I'd rather Magic Mind. Have you had that?
Yeah, that's a mushroom.
Yeah, it's
that's
like a-
pretty good. It's a nootropic. It has lion's mane is good. Lion's mane is good for cognitive function, but when it comes to actual nootropics that help, okay, here it goes. Kava, kratom. So the kratom total alkaloid. So it's mostly kava and a little bit of kratom. It's saying 34 milligrams.
I heard a joke one time. This is the worst joke I've ever heard. You want to hear it?
I would love to.
This guy goes, "Hey, you know why you should take kava?
Why?
Be kava."
Wow.
Pretty bad, huh?
Did you keep hanging out with that dude?
I never. I just remember that.
Yeah, that's a dumb one. But those drinks, those put you in a nice place. Whatever the fuck is in there. But like, I knew a dude. Well,
What do you mean, the Feel Freeze?
yeah,
See, I didn't have one, man. I'm trying to think of what I had. Mostly, I do Diet Coke.
yeah. Those Feel Frees are basically a drug.
So do you recommend it? You think? Maybe I'll try one tonight.
No. Everybody in the club is a little wary of them. Some of the guys have read the class action lawsuit, but sometimes you got to go into those things and find out what is really going on with these. You know, like when you find out the guy was taking 10 a day, and then also you find out the guy was an addict, and you go, well, what kind of money? Like, how far gone? What was he? A guy who had disappeared for 3 months and came back with bloody face and
Right.
You know, like who knows?
Yeah, we had a roommate that used to eat all these breath mints, you know, and he would stack like those Altoids. He'd get a big stack of them, and he would always kind of show off how many he could stack in between his teeth, you know. And then, but he would go out and get drunk at night and come in the morning. He'd be like on the sofa, just like in a bloody suit, like he'd be in a suit, but just fucking. Oh, dude, he looked like a reservoir dog.
Bro, some people live in alternative realities occasionally. They just they get fucked up and then they go away and then they come back and then they have to piece together what the fuck happened to them. One shoe on, fucked up knee. What's wrong with my hand? How come I can't hear? It's like some people just go so hard.
God, dude, I'm almost. Do you get jealous of those people sometimes? Sometimes I'm jealous of those people.
Look at this. Kava. Does Kava feel like Xanax? It's found that Kava significantly relieves anxiety with mild to no side effects. Several studies have found that Kava extract is comparable to antidepressants and benzodiazepines. Yeah, but doesn't Kava? That's Dave Asprey though. Doesn't Kava also cause liver problems? See, Google that. Does kava negatively affect your liver? Because I think kava has an effect, especially at high doses, that is similar to alcohol. More than 100 cases of liver toxicity related to the use of kava have been identified, some leading to liver transplant and some leading to death, as people have died from kava. People have died from ice cream, too. There are many reasons for liver damage. For one, kava depletes glutathione, a chief antioxidant within the liver. Oh, interesting. But I wonder if you take it with glutathione.
There's kava bars in Austin, I just found out.
Interesting.
We should do a field trip, huh?
Go to the kava bars. Go kava bar hopping.
See what it is. Yeah,
But whatever's in that feel free is like, woo, that's a nice feeling.
I'm gonna have to try a little bit tonight, I think.
Yeah, I was just a little wary of it when everybody at the club got nervous, so I had to start doing a deep dive, like what's in it, what are people worried about, what's this lawsuit, what's the class action lawsuit.
How do you feel when you drink it?
Very relaxed.
Really?
I just want to start dancing. Yeah, I like it. I don't think it's bad. I don't feel. I always just judge how do I feel, how do I feel after?
Yeah.
And after I feel fine. I feel fine. Like there was no hangover. Like there's many times where I feel good because I had a few tequilas, and then get up in the morning, I'm like, oh, you fucking idiot, you know, like, a little bit of a headache, dragging my ass, and then I get in the cold plunge, and I just feel like an idiot.
It's hard to get back to even.
Yeah, it's hard to get back to even. That's a
Oh,
good way to
dude,
put
I
it.
used to do. Sometimes I would do so much cocaine, my freaking eyes would dry out.
Ooh,
And
look at you grinding. You're thinking about it. Going,
oh, dude, yeah.
fucking
I remember I had to lick my hands and then rub it into my eyes
Whoa,
so that I could even blink well.
Jesus,
I was get dehydrated, boy.
that's deep. You go deep, huh?
Oh, dude.
But you're that dude. You go deep with whatever the fuck you're doing.
I
Let's
like
go.
to get right on the fucking. I like to be a peeping Tom if I can. I'll watch your whole family eat dinner. I used to love that shit.
On
boy.
coke?
Huh?
On coke.
On anything, boy. I fucking love to watch a family eat from the distance.
The audio of you and I talking about how addictive vapes are, that has been used on so many different
yeah.
TikTok videos and reels.
How addictive are those things?
I didn't want to
Yeah.
divert too far, but have you ever heard of this thing called frogging, spelled with a PH?
No.
No, have you heard of
What's that?
It's a thing. So it's like an online community. Where, there's probably a website. People try to live in your house without you knowing about it for like an extended period of time.
Well, that's a
damn,
good way to
boy.
die. I guarantee you that doesn't take place much in Texas.
That's true. Yeah, I think that's a San Francisco game. I think.
I don't buy that.
Dude, one time I had a babysitter and they found a guy under their bed in their house. And what a scary thing that was.
Oh my God.
She came up the stairs and she could see under the bed because the bedroom door was open when she walked up the stairs, and she saw a guy under there.
Oh Jesus. What'd they do?
And called the police. And he was mentally unwell. So they had to.
Duh.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of dudes that really have their shit together. They're hiding under kids' beds.
That's true.
He was mentally unwell.
Hey, can you keep it down? I got to be up. I got to be at work in 2
Mentally
hours.
unwell. Let's not get hasty here. Let's not label the guy.
Yeah.
He was doing a little bit of frogging. Whatever.
But I love how we're in a space now, Joe, where people breaking and living in people's houses is just like a new term.
Well, as I'm reading into an article about it, this makes a whole lot of sense because I've lived in a place where it's explaining. It says it happened at Ohio State. So there's giant houses where 14 people are living together and they're in and out all day long, and someone can like sneak into a room and you just think it's a friend if you saw him in the hallway, maybe.
Oh, that's a little bit
So
different.
it's a slightly different thing. I'm not breaking into
Why,
houses.
why
with
did they name it
kids and
frogging?
stuff. That I don't
Yeah, so it's not a guy eating flies and stuff and hiding in your wall.
because they go from place to place. Sometimes it's
Oh, okay,
they're trying to
hopping.
do it, as much as they can. Sort of.
Victims often sense something is amiss, but easily doubt themselves and hesitate to seek help.
Yeah, I don't know.
At least at first.
I just
Not
was
me,
wondering
bro.
if you
I'll
heard
be
about it.
clearing that house, locked and loaded. I probably have a vest on. I'll probably fucking Velcro a vest on and go clear that fucking house.
I would just ask everybody if they live there or not. How do you not know if somebody lives with you?
Because they're sneaking around. They're like sleeping in closets and
Yeah, they're all
shit.
fucked up all day. They're 20-year-old kids. They're dumb
Yeah.
as shit. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about like a regular house, like your house.
Yeah, if somebody was sleeping, I did think there was somebody in the attic for a while because I would hear things sometimes, like little settling, but I went up there and there's nothing.
Probably rats.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else has been going on.
The other thing I saw last night, the American Gladiators documentary started on ESPN.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of it or anything?
Well, dude, I was around when American Gladiators was huge.
So this is the guy that created it or is founded. The documentary is very interesting because this guy who is credited as the creator, I think, he's not very forthcoming and honest with everything, and he won't answer the guy's questions a lot, which is kind of strange. So he made a good documentary about it, and not all the gladiators would come talk about it. He's very open about the, like, I didn't pay them, and if they wanted to leave, go ahead and leave.
Wow.
What? The American Gladiators didn't get paid?
They were making $25,000 for 52 episodes, they said.
What?
Yeah. Two shows a day. Something that's what they get into in this is like how big the marketing got. There was 13 million viewers, I think, at one point per show.
So he crushed it with all the. He made
Yeah.
a
And he
ton.
paid them nothing.
Nothing.
Piece of shit.
They were getting hurt
Oh
really
my
bad. One of the guys was a big one. They show how bad he is right now. He's walking around. He can't feel half of his limbs. 7 herniated
Yeah.
discs.
Oh my God.
Remember they had the names like it was like Fierce and
Yeah.
like River.
Yeah. Ice Cube.
Yeah. Thunder.
Thunder.
Now it's like
Barnacle.
lethargy. Yeah, they're all like in wheelchairs.
Didn't they bring American Gladiators back at
Yeah,
one
they
point
tried
in time?
bringing it back, but the thing I find interesting about this guy is he started off his career as an Elvis impersonator, which is why he looks a little bit like Elvis.
That dude
he was
doesn't look anything like
well,
Elvis.
He was
He's
obsessed
lying.
with Elvis, but
He was obsessed with Elvis?
That could have been part of it. He could be putting on about how much he got.
Ben Berman, huh?
It's a very interesting documentary. I'll just say it that.
Oh, you mean
there's
like
still
he
two
might have
parts.
been lying about how much money he made?
He's lying about a lot of stuff, and the guy who's making it asks him, and you can hear him asking him. He's like, and he just sort of stops, like, I'm not going to talk about that.
He looks like a low-level MMA promoter. That's what he
felt
looks
like.
He looks like one of those guys. Like, our guys could take on the UFC's best champions any day of the week.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, that guy definitely looks maybe a little bit like a sneaky guy.
Oh, he definitely looks sneaky.
I'm trying to think of the first sneaky guy I ever met.
The first sneaky guy you ever met?
Yeah.
You really can go back that far?
Oh, yeah, when you met somebody and like, oh, they're sneaky.
Sneaky. Well, you mean
'Cause it's
a
such a
lot
unique
of them in
term.
the comedy business. The
Oh,
club owner
yeah.
business. You ever been ripped off by a club?
Dude, there was a club where I felt bad that people didn't come, and I was like, you guys can pay me less, and they paid me less, I remember.
Because no one was there? But you said they could.
Yeah.
That's not a robbery. That's a deal.
Yeah, you're right.
You made a deal. You were a nice guy. You were trying to help out the club, and you
Yeah.
felt bad. That you
Made a
didn't-
bad deal.
Get another hit for that.
Yeah,
Feel
well,
better.
like-
Oh, Jesus, you went in deep. You got your nostrils right up to the... Give me that.
I like that, boy.
I don't want you to be out there on your own.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
You know what I'm saying?
dude. A hunting we will go. A hunting.
You want some of this, Jamie?
I remember.
You remember? Oh, that's all you need? Yeah. I
you
can't
think
remember.
the wind-
I just did it 10 seconds ago.
See?
Dude, you sound like a guy crying in the 40s.
Like his dog died. Oh, Yeller, I'm going to miss you. Oh, my God.
Dude, do you ever think remember we were talking about like frequencies, like there could be other ways to evaluate what's going on with us. Do you think we'll ever get like new ways to look at to quantify ourselves and how we're feeling and stuff?
Yeah, I think so with science. Yeah, I think with new innovation and technology, they'll probably develop ways to recognize the amount of energy that your body has. You know, because like some people they have energy. Like, what is energy? Like, I always think of that. Like, I switched back to the carnivore diet. You know, I go back and forth on that, and for the most part, I eat mostly meat and fruit and some vegetables. That's like most of my diet. Occasionally, I go crazy. Like we were in the Bronx, we went to this Italian deli and these giant sandwiches. It was amazing. But that's a rare deviation off my path. But I had this moment, I guess it was about 2 weeks ago, where I was like, you know what? The best I ever felt, like literally the best I ever felt all throughout the day was when I was on the carnivore diet. Let me go back to that. Let me see what that's like. And one of the things that I saw, like immediately, for 7-8 days, I ate nothing but meat and eggs and fat and bacon and nothing else. I mean, nothing. I was real strict. And my brain was working so much better. It was weird. Like I wasn't searching for, like, it was like I had more access to my ability to form sentences, I was thinking clearer. It was like, it was more effortless to have conversations. And I was like, this is interesting. This is very interesting because this is not how I normally feel. This is like me at my optimum, but I'm able to sustain this multiple days in a row. And I think that a lot of the foods that we eat, foods that have preservatives, a lot of bread and bullshit and just shitty food, your body uses so much resources to process that, and it's not real food. It's kind of bad for you, right? And so your body is just like overburdened with this extra work. When you eat clean, like really, I'm eating, you know, wild game and fat and beef tallow and all that and eggs, your body doesn't have any bullshit to process. So your body is less inflammation. You have less inflammation, and you're operating off of ketones essentially for the most part because your body is entering into a ketogenic state. You have you just feel like even. through the whole day. I never felt like at the end of the day, like, oh boy, I'm tired. There was none of that. It was just
So that's
flat.
mostly on the keto diet.
Well, it's carnivore
diet.
But carnivore, you must reach periods of ketosis. There's a process called gluconeogenesis, I believe it is. See if that's correct. And I think that what that is when your body consumes only protein, your body will convert some of that protein into glucose, and that actually can knock you out of a ketogenic state if you eat too much protein. But when you eat like that, I mean, everybody's different, clearly. I know people that function very well on a vegetarian diet.
Yeah.
But not for me, dude. For
like
me.
Lunchables.
Yeah, gluconeogenesis, take you out of ketosis. A widespread fear surrounding keto is that consuming too much protein may lead to the upregulation of a process called gluconeogenesis and throw you out of ketosis, undoing all your hard work. The truth is, gluconeogenesis is essential for our overall health and actually allows us to remain in ketosis. Oh, okay, so it's good. So whatever that is, that's how I function at my best. So that's how I eat now. Like last night when Dave brought the pizza backstage, it looked good.
What'd you do?
I wanted a piece. I was like, I'm not eating it.
Did you leave the room or anything? Or what were some of your
No.
methods you used to stay away from it?
I don't have to do that. I just go, no, just not eating it.
Did you do a gum or anything to keep yourself busy?
No. I wasn't even itchy. I wasn't itchy. You know, if I had a couple of cocktails in me, though, I probably would have grabbed a slice.
Oh, fuck yeah, boy.
That's the problem. Couple of tequilas.
Oh, yeah.
Next thing you know, I want some pizza.
Oh, dude, I'll do whatever after that, boy.
But I think
Little tequila.
I think I'm done. I lost 5 pounds in 2 weeks, and not anything but fat. Just immediately, my body just went shriveled up.
Do you have some fitness goals? Like at this point in your life, you've kind of been through fitness a lot. It's been a big part of your life. Does some of your fitness goals kind of change as we get a little bit older, do you think?
Not for me. No.
Yeah.
No, because with hormone replacement and all the stuff that I do, even at 55, my body functions essentially the same way it did when I was 30. And I'm not exaggerating. Like I have no problem doing hard workouts, kettlebells, heavy bag workout, jiu-jitsu. Injuries are an issue, with me. Like I just tweaked my back muscle the other day doing some deadlifts, but nothing serious. But as far as like fitness goals is just to maintain this.
Yeah.
Like I know I have an extraordinary level of fitness for my age, and I just maintain that. And I think that if you can maintain it, that's the key. The real problem with people is they get out of shape, and then getting back in shape is very hard. It's a fucking grind.
Yeah.
It's a grind. And for me, for my mental health, man, I am not the same person if I don't exercise. With that whole thing with like
100%.
the frequencies. I'm at my best as a human being, as a friend, as a husband, as a father, as a comedian, as a podcast host, as a neighbor, as a general person. I'm at my best if I work out.
Yeah.
100% of the time. I'm less anxious. I don't have any demons. Everything's good. I exercise it all out. It's just like it's like a purge that I have to do. I have to do that purge, and if I don't get that out. And then I have all this extra, all this extra unnecessary angst and weirdness. And I think that's most people, man. I mean, when I go I've been injured before where I couldn't do anything for like a week or two, and you start getting depressed. You start feeling like shit. You start feeling real dull and sad, and like it's not. And I think that is a lot of people out there that suffer from depression.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they say that exercise is 1.5 times more effective than SSRIs for curing depression.
Oh, in a heartbeat, man. Because I take SSRIs and I do exercise. If I take my SSRI, I don't feel really anything. I just feel like, oh, I took my SSRI. But if I go for a run, like even today, I had to go run a couple miles. I was like, I know I'm going to be on here. I want to like just be in like I want to have my good energy going. I'm going to go for a run, and so. Yeah, I know that it makes me feel better if I do something athletic,
What SSRI are you taking?
I think I'm on Lexapro right now. I take the generic one, whatever the cheaper one is. I think it's, I don't know what it is, but it is, they say it's fine. So I don't know if I believe them, but I mean, I'm fucking taking it. Now, I would like to maybe take 30 days off and try ayahuasca again. I feel like I'm getting back around where I would like to do it again, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would, man, because I want to fucking feel. I want to be right up there on nature's fucking.
Want to be in there.
Just eavesdropping on nature's nuts, boy. I think,
Yeah.
God, I'll be right up there.
Yeah.
What'd you say, boy?
In eavesdropping on nature, right up next to it.
Oh, dude,
Feeling it.
Oh, ayahuasca, dude. You'll fucking Mother Nature. She'll break out that wiener, and you'll be like, damn, I didn't know Mother Nature had a wiener. You know,
Mother Nature's got everything.
It's powerful, dude. That ayahuasca stuff is real powerful. So I would like to do that again.
What is the reason why you take the SSRIs?
I think because when I'm off of them, something feels wrong. I feel it's a battle.
A battle.
It's a battle to, even if I do running and I do fitness, right? It's a battle to keep myself even. So instead of dealing with that at a more intense level, I choose to take them because it just makes it a little bit easier. I don't think it's taking the easy way out, though, because if I don't take them and I still do all those things, it's hard for me to get to a good baseline.
What do you mean by wrong? Like, when you say you feel wrong, what does it feel like?
I feel like at any moment, kind of my feelings can just drop off into like a really surprised low.
Out of nowhere for no reason.
Yes. Sometimes with a little bit of motivation to it, right? Or some trigger. But the level that it drops off to, it's too much of a drop for me to not get some help. If it were a little bit and it felt manageable, that's okay. But when it's pretty steep, it's like, oh man, this feels sometimes scary.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But it's doing that ayahuasca stuff made it a lot better than it had ever been.
Neil Brennan said it basically cured him.
Yeah, he's the one who took me to it.
Yeah, he said it made him much happier. It cured him of like a lot of his what he felt like were personality disorders that he had. You know, like Neil's a great guy, but he's very, very smart. Very smart. And sometimes, you know, I wonder about real smart guys. They're just always thinking about things and maybe too much about certain things. And, you know, you just get overwhelmed by thoughts and anxiety and emotions. And anxiety is a lot of is fretting about possibilities for a lot of people. You know, it's the inability to live in the moment. And you fret about anxiety. And a lot of it has to do with childhood trauma. A lot of it has to do with genetics. Anxiety is a weird thing. Like they think that anxiety, whether it's a learned behavior or not, you can actually get it from your parents. I don't know why. See,
I could see that.
Can you get anxiety? Is anxiety genetic? Google that.
My mom made us anxious.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. Sometimes my mom, we'd go get ice cream, dude, and she's like, if she'd get angry she'd get so angry if we dripped any of it.
Here it goes. There's clear research showing that anxiety is influenced by genetics. In fact,
definitely.
experts notice a family connection for anxiety even before they understood how DNA or genes worked. If you have a close relative with anxiety, your chance of developing is about 2 to 6 times higher than if you don't.
Well, I don't know if that's genetic or if it's just like
Learned behavior.
Yeah, if your mom is always or your dad is always like, they're fucking anxious and they're fucking, if they come over and they're always fucking tickling you, then you're gonna fucking feel tickled all the time.
If you're always getting fucked with.
Yeah, something, you know, bugging you or something, even just tickling you with their words.
Yeah, genetics of generalized anxiety disorder and related traits. Well, for sure, mental illness is genetic. There's a lot of people that are mentally ill and their children are mentally ill, or their family's mentally ill, or you know, it's. Man, I used to have a much more ignorant view on mental health because I have my own mental health issues, which I'm sure we all do. But mine was like, just don't be a pussy. Get your work done. You feel great. And I don't have to take anything. And even though I don't have to take anything, I'm still doing something to mitigate it. I'm doing something every day to work on it. And when I don't, I do feel it,
right,
like a lot of people do. So I always wonder, maybe those people just aren't doing the work. Maybe if they just got up in the morning, went running before work, or did something before, maybe they could get through this and not need a fucking pill.
Yeah.
I don't think that anymore.
Interesting. Yeah, I think, there's times where I thought that I'm just not tough enough. I'm just not doing enough. I'm not enough to battle this, right?
Right.
And then I get to a point where so many times I tried to stop taking it, and it's like it's too much of a discrepancy that makes things unmanageable to a point where it feels like it's unfair to be that unmanageable to myself. So I get back on it, you know, and I don't think it really bothers me or anything like that. But yeah, it's kind of the same with alcoholism. Like I thought alcoholism used to just be like somebody couldn't stop drinking or whatever.
Right.
But there's so much more. I mean, alcoholism is the only disease that will tell you don't have the disease, right? Mm-hmm. That's like imagine if you put on like a shirt, right? But every couple of days, the shirt was like, guess what? You don't have a shirt on.
I don't think that's a good analogy.
I don't know if it is, but it seems like it. But that's what alcoholism
Because
is.
alcoholism would tell you don't have a problem.
Right.
You don't have a problem. Have another drink.
Yeah.
Relax.
Have another Coke. Have some more
Have a
Coke.
bump.
Yeah. Have another family.
Woo!
Yeah.
Brian Simpson was telling us he went through a brief period of time where he was doing a lot of Adderall, and he said like a week. He said he did a week of Adderall. And he said, man, he's like, that shit pulls you in.
Really? He said that?
Oh, yeah. He's like, that shit pulls you in. He goes, it makes you focus. He told this fucking hilarious story about he went to jerk off, and he had 90 tabs open, and he was looking at porn for 5 hours because he couldn't pick one that he liked the best. I was like, you got to talk about that on stage. Brian Simpson is so fucking funny.
That's like he
is so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, he's great. Man.
He is so funny. His way of looking at things is so interesting because he's so thoughtful. Like when he thinks about things, he's really like he never comes up with a half-ass take on things. His take on things is like he's been thinking about it for a long time before he brings it up. You know.
Yeah, I like listening to him. There's something really unique about him.
Very unique comedy style too. Relaxed and. You know, and punchlines are crisp.
Yeah,
I love a crisp punchline. Bang.
Yeah, you're pretty. You stay in like kind of like you like to have things kind of organized.
Yeah. Well, like that's the best. You also have the disorganized moments. You know, where you're fucking around. Like if I have new bits, there's a lot of disorganized moments.
Yeah, I was watching you perform last night. It was cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. So a lot of it was new stuff that I hadn't heard, and
yeah, I got about a half hour of new shit.
It was, yeah, there was a couple things I was laughing at, man. It was fun. God, it was so much fun over there.
God, it's so fun, right?
I can't believe you have your own club, dude.
Doesn't it feel like it's been open forever, though? It feels weird in there.
Well, I think some of it because it's been such a journey for you that other people have kind of been on with you in a way. You know?
Well,
like,
also all these guys who had faith in me.
Yeah.
Who moved out here when I didn't even have a club yet. And we were all just operating out of the Vulcan. But the shows of the Vulcan were so fun. People are like, man, I think I believe him.
Yeah.
You know, that's us last night. Come on, son.
Is.
Look at that picture. Come on. Louie, Dave, Tom, Ron, me, Ian, Theo, motherfucking Vaughn, Asan, Derek. Come on, man.
Wow.
That was a great night. What a show, too. What a fucking show.
I know, dude. I can't believe we get to do this for our job. There you are.
There
I
you are.
am.
Yeah, man. It's the greatest job in the history of the world.
David.
For us. Look at Tom up there, killing it.
Dude, Ron, look at him, huh?
Murdering. I retired. Bitch, you ain't retired. You've been at my club 4 days a week. Shut the fuck up. He had a retirement party. I'm like, I am not going to your fucking Fugazi. He had a retirement party. I'm like, I am not going to your fucking Fugazi retirement party. I know you, Ron White. You're too goddamn good. He's too goddamn good. That guy's never going to quit doing comedy. He's too good.
Even just listening to him is fun. And he comes from he has a time period trapped in him that is, a lot of people don't have it. He's got that rural Texas, like a way and a look at the world that you have to have that voice still out there.
Yeah.
You know, you have to.
Well, he's a real legend.
Oh,
and having him around the club all the time is like, it's so morale boosting for everybody.
I just saw this video of him.
Look at Ron White. Look at his
1989.
Give me some of this.
You know, I was amazed by this. 21 of us took us down there to the Guadalupe River. We had 6 ice chests full of beer. We floated down that river drinking beer for 6.5 hours. Not one person had to pee. Now, I find that to be remarkable bladder control. I'd like to think my friends wouldn't pee on themselves. I know I would. That's the best thing about tubing the river. You could just paddle up to somebody you don't even know
Oh, that is pretty true, dude. Just being right next to somebody. There's nothing.
Look at him back then.
Wow.
Look at him back then with the long hair. He was like a hippie.
Bro,
Early 90s. Wow.
There's nothing better than being in a pool talking to somebody and peeing at the same time. Like at point
There's a
blank
lot of
range.
things better than that.
Yeah, you're right, boy.
There's a lot of things better than that.
I mean,
That's not even in the top 1,000. Out of all the good things, the smell of fresh baked bread is better than that.
All right, maybe, dude.
Without even eating it.
I mean, yeah, if you got a fucking kitchen or whatever, yeah, but still, I'm saying if you're really just out in the elements, dude, being point blank range, urinating into somebody else's space, and
That
they don't
doesn't
know it.
do anything good for me. I feel like a terrible person for pissing on somebody.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Why are you out there peeing on people?
we're better than that, bro.
We're better than that.
Yeah, we are.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you're right.
We're better than that.
You're right. I'm not gonna let that affect me.
Are you excited
anymore.
about tonight?
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude.
I get excited every time I go there.
You do?
Yeah, I can't believe it's real. Still can't believe it's real.
Yeah.
When I walk in, I can't believe it's real. Say hi to everybody, can't believe it's real. All these people working, staff,
I
everybody,
know, huh?
hi, how's everybody doing? Can't believe it's real.
Like, okay.
Go upstairs, all the comics are there hanging out. It's a party every night. It's like the best night of your life every night. It's like what we had at the store, better. It really is. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's the environment is, and it's so perfectly set up for stand-up. And the audiences are so hyped. I mean, you get there at 9:30, there's a fucking line around the block waiting to get on that 10 o'clock show. Yeah. It's nuts.
It is exciting, man. I mean, even just seeing people excited to be at a club again is exciting, you know?
Yeah. Well, this town has really embraced it, you know, like, because it was a long time that I was, you know, us moving here was a big deal. There's a lot of articles written like this stand-up comedy has moved to Austin. And then when I said I was going to open up a club, there was like a lot of hype about that. And it was almost better that the first place didn't work out because it took so long before we bought the second place and then started construction. It was a whole year process after that. It was a lot going on. It was like a year and a half of just straight construction.
Did you feel at some point, like, was there ever a point where you were like, I don't know if this is going to work out, but I've already said it's going to, so I have to do it?
No, because fortunately I had the resources.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like if I was stressed out financially and it was like I was like cutting it close, that would have been a different experience.
Yeah.
This experience was like, what do we got to do? Okay, let's do that. What's the best thing to do? Do that. You know, like when Louis C.K. came and I showed him the club and he fucking loved it, but he gave me all these good suggestions. One of the things he said, the stage in the small room was too big. And he was like, you're right. He's like, yeah, you should cut it down like 4 feet on each side. So I got the construction guys over here. It was before we poured the cement. So all the rebar was cut and the metal was in place. And I was like, let's make it smaller. Cut it here and cut it there. And they're like, well, it's going to take more time. I'm like, yeah, but we got to do it right. Let's do it right. Lower the ceiling, shrink the stage, lower the ceiling in the big room, sound deadening everywhere. Because like a lot of comics they like echo in a comedy club because it makes the laughs louder. But it also makes it harder to hear what the person's saying because all the sound's
100%.
bouncing around.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like it with carpet or, you know, like as much can be absorbed.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
What we got now is perfect.
Yeah, Louis is awesome, man. Louis came on my podcast and we had one of the best chats I've ever had with somebody.
You told me that the YouTube removed your RFK podcast.
Yeah.
What happened?
They they said some of the clips were in violation of their medical policies or like stuff that goes against the WHO. Right?
Do you know that North Korea just joined the WHO?
I didn't
North
know.
Korea has like an executive position on the board of the WHO. See what that is, which is insane.
Yeah.
This is literally a country that starves their citizens, and the WHO is allowing them. I mean, it's just what is the WHO? Like, what the fuck? You telling me that Robert Kennedy Jr. is lying? Because I bet he's not.
Yeah.
I bet everything he said is true. I bet everything he said could be backed up by data.
Well, I mean, one thing that I love about Bobby or Robert Kennedy, he's a friend of mine, and I've always really. He's an environmentalist, right? And so he's
That's
always
how he started. He was an
environmentalist.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he would care about the environment inside of our bodies as well, right?
Yeah.
like he has this river keepers organization. They're just about keeping the waters clean, and his whole life has been about that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I found it just like, yeah, if somebody wants to object to the status quo or raise their hand and ask questions, that makes perfect sense to me. And then also, he's not like an anti-vaxxer, but he's about like vaccine efficacy, right? Which means I think like
it's about honest vaccine efficacy. Like what's the real data versus what are they selling you? Because if you look at the COVID vaccine, for example, they sold us something that wasn't accurate. They said that it was going to stop transmission. They said that it was going to stop infection. It did neither of those things.
Yeah.
They also said that it was going to offer long-lasting protection. It did not. It just didn't. And they said that it was safe and effective. How can they know that? It's a new product, and you're administering it to hundreds of millions of people without a lengthy trial period like they do with every other drug.
Yeah.
So all these people were like wanting it to be effective, so they were doing the work of the pharmaceutical companies, which they've never done before. No one has ever like said, you've got to trust these people that have the biggest fucking criminal fines in U.S. history. These people that have been lying to us left and right. These people that they've been tried and convicted for lying about the side effects, for lying about the efficacy, whether or not something is addictive. We know that with the opioid crisis.
Oh, yeah. You watch Dope Sick that's unbelievable. You get involved in it. It's unbelievable what's happened with all of that.
Yeah, and the Sackler family they had to give, I think it was like a large payment. I think it was like $6 or $8 billion. And that gives them immunity. That was very recent. See if you can find that.
But that's fucking nothing to
Sackler
them.
family wins immunity from opioid lawsuits, which is fucking wild.
Unreal.
$6 billion. So
what about all the people that fucking died? What about all the fucking kids that overdosed? What about all the families who had a child who sprained their fucking ankle,
right,
and and 2 years later lost their kid to addiction, because this company didn't care and because the FDA was compromisable? I'm sorry, man. That shit fucking makes me. I think these people should be fucking hung, dude.
It's evil. And they
it's
lied.
It's evil. That's what it is.
They absolutely lied about whether or not it was addictive. In exchange, they will pay $6 billion to help address opioid addiction.
What does that even mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean? How are you going to address it? Hey, guys, opioids are addictive. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, man. That shit
the payments will be spread over multiple years, but look at how much they made. See, the thing is, they're collectively worth $11 billion, and they had to give up $6 billion. So how much money did they make off of opiates? I mean, see, that's the thing that happened with Vioxx. With Vioxx, they got in trouble.
What is it, Vioxx?
Vioxx is an anti-inflammatory that didn't particularly work very well, and also killed a bunch of people. Killed at least 50,000 Americans. Caused stroke. A friend of mine got a stroke from it. It caused all these issues with people. They were aware of it. There's internal documents that showed that it was going to be a problem. They knew it was going to be a problem, but in the internal documents they said, but we think we will do very well with this.
Wow.
So they did very well financially. I think they made something like $12 billion off of Vioxx, and they had to give up $5 billion. So they got a fine of $5 billion.
Yeah.
But that means they had all that profit.
That's a lot.
It's sick.
But when did that start to happen in our country? When did it start to happen that that we're not protecting our people? Like, when did that? Does that make like
profit? It's all profit. If there was no money in this, they would go after those folks 100%. There's money.
When did it happen in our time, in existence of time? Was there a point where that wasn't the way of the thing?
Well, here's the first problem. Advertising for pharmaceutical drugs on television.
Yeah.
Advertising for pharmaceutical drugs is illegal in every country in the world except for New Zealand and the United States.
Wow.
'Cause you shouldn't be able to influence people to want to take these drugs that they may or may not need. That should be entirely a conversation between you and your healthcare provider. Someone should be giving you an educated understanding of what the pros and cons are, and this is why I think you need this, and this is why you should take that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be you coming to your doctor. Ask your doctor if la 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 is right for you. Do you have days where blah blah blah? Do you have that?
Yeah.
Well, la 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 is for you. And they have these fucking people dancing around in wheat fields and and spinning their daughter around on a merry-go-round, and everything looks like a great old time.
Yeah. Yeah, they have like two black people like hugging in a bathtub or something.
It's
Like,
a
what is-
cookout. Everybody's having a
fuck
great
is this
time.
about?
Bliss.
Yeah.
It's about happy moments. But here's the thing: you take those pills, they're not going to invite you to that cookout. You still got no friends.
You're just at home on pills, dude. I've done it. You're not fucking resuscitating. You're not doing CPR on some senior citizen somewhere.
You're
Like,
out there playing pickleball in the sun. You're out there suffering by yourself. But it's crazy. It's like everybody wants to be happy. So if the problem with advertising is, I mean, it's one thing if you're advertising for a nice pair of shoes or something like that. I don't find any problem with that. It makes people want them, but what's the downside? You buy something you really can't afford. That's the worst downside. I don't find that to be that much of a problem. I don't find advertising in general to be a problem because I believe generally if you're intelligent, you should be able to like navigate that. But when it comes to things like drugs, and especially when it comes to antidepressants and when it comes to these things that they're advertising constantly on television, constantly on YouTube, just constantly, the amount of money is so extraordinary that they put into advertising. It's such a huge chunk of the advertising budgets of television shows.
it's every show.
Every show.
I mean, it's not a joke. It's like, don't we see that that's obviously not, we don't need everybody to be on pills.
Yeah, and, well, they think you do. I mean, this is what I found so bizarre. Look, I never thought I would be in the center of any sort of controversy about pharmaceutical drugs or about health care. Never thought that I would be in the middle of it. But one of the things that stunned me was talking to these people that were doctors, that were fat, that were unhealthy, that didn't take vitamins, that didn't exercise, that definitely didn't optimize their health. And they were trying to put in your head that the only way to be healthy was to get injected with some experimental medical thing. And that's fucking horseshit. That's never been the case, ever.
Yeah.
That violates all of our understandings about the human immune system, about health and wellness, about your overall metabolic health. It violates all of our understandings. People who are healthier, people who exercise, people who go outside, who get vitamin D, people that are taking vitamin C, people that are supplementing, they have a much better time with any kind of illness they get.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of documentation about this. This is science too, but the problem is it's not science that's supported by these companies that are directly funded by pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
Whatever these organizing bodies are, whether it's the FDA or the CDC or whatever, when you look at what happens with the FDA and the CDC, how these people go from being presidents and being the people that recommend policy, and then they go on to become fucking
CFO or CEO
Yes.
of another of a pharmaceutical company.
Yes, there's a fucking revolving door, and it's evil. That shit should not be legal.
I agree.
It's crazy that they're allowed to do that.
Well, how do we stop that kind of stuff, though? How do you, as like a regular person, I mean, it's just like...
You can't. A regular person can't. But you can get the voice out to all these people. That these people, look, if anything we learned from the pandemic, you can't trust these people. You cannot trust everything they say as being fact. You just can't. There's another thing that got released today about reproductive repercussions of the COVID vaccine. I'll find that for you. Because there's people that have been talking about this, that they're finding out that there absolutely is negative side effects for women that are pregnant, for women's reproductive health, for
Well, I'll tell you this, Joe.
see if you can find that. This
You
is
know-
something I think it came from the UK. It just got released today.
I remember, I grew up in an environment where Tulane University, I told you this before, they had their primate testing facility in our town, right?
Yeah.
And a bunch of chimps got out once, and we got to help the police go get them, right? I told you about that.
Yeah.
But that's where they tested the polio vaccine, right? That's where they made it.
Mm-hmm.
And it caused cancer in a lot of women, like in their cervical cancer, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But they'd already made it. And they're like, it'll stop polio, but some women will get cervical. So they just released it.
Did you know that polio, 95% of the people who get polio, it's asymptomatic?
So what does that mean?
I'm reading this book about this. That might not be true. So I need to make sure that this book is accurate. But what they're basically saying in this book is that a lot of the cases of polio that we talk about from back in the day, DDT was in widespread use back then, widespread use as a pesticide. And they were using DDT to kill bugs that they thought carried diseases. But the problem is DDT exposure is insanely toxic. Now we know that. Now DDT, they don't use it anymore in America.
Yeah.
But they still use it in other countries where polio-like symptoms are very prevalent. One of the side effects, one of the effects of DDT poisoning is polio-like symptoms. I think it's called encephalopathy. See what that is. DDT side effects.
We didn't have a lot of polio, I don't think, in our area.
Well, polio was something that was going on in the early part of the 20th century, you know, and it's widely credited that the polio vaccine is what stopped that. I used to wholesale believe that until this pandemic, and now I question everything. Now I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what the truth is, with whether it's smallpox or polio. I have a feeling that there's a lot more to the story than what the general narrative is that we've been given. Is that vaccines are this amazing cure. I think there's a lot of other factors. And I think one of the other factors was hygiene. And the book is called Dissolving Illusions, and it's all about the origins of vaccines and what vaccines have done to, you know, stop disease spread and what the negative side effects have been. And it's just like, there's a lot of negative side effects, man. And to pretend that it's safe and effective, like when you're administering things to millions, if not hundreds of millions of people, like there's going to be some problems, and they don't want to advertise those problems. And they don't want to make those problems publicly known.
Oh yeah, there's side effects.
Them.
Yeah, you can't whisper, you can't see far. There's all kind of fucking side effects. Dude, we had a guy who broke into Walgreens and did like 7. He was addicted to the fucking COVID vaccine. He did like 7 inoculations.
I got a lady in my neighborhood that keeps getting boosted. Her doctor told her to stop getting boosted. Doctor's like, no more. She's like, I got to go to LA. I need to get boosted. The doctor's like, it's enough. It's enough.
This is most of the side effects I can find.
Okay. DDT at low environmental doses are unknown. Following exposure to high doses, human symptoms can include vomiting, tremors, or shakiness, and seizures. Laboratory animals showed side effects in liver and reproduction. DDT is considered possible human carcinogen. In this book, they were talking about paralysis, all sorts of issues.
A lot of laboratory animals are pussies, though, aren't they?
I don't know. It's estimated that 95 to 99% of people who contract polio virus are asymptomatic. Isn't that wild?
Wow. So what does that mean? You don't even know you had it?
Right. It doesn't affect you. Your body fights it off.
That was the same for me. I remember I came here and got tested for COVID by you guys, and I had the antibodies.
Yeah, you had it and you didn't even know.
Yeah.
That was a lot of people with COVID. But I think that's people that are healthier. I think that's people that got exposed to it. I know I got exposed to it because my whole family got it. My wife got it, both my kids got it, and I was at home with them. I didn't protect myself at all because I was like, they seem okay. I'm healthy as fuck. Yeah. I'm like, let's see what happens. And I never got it. And I didn't protect myself at all. I had sex with my wife. I hugged my kids. My wife was like, you're going to get it. I go, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get it. I'm gonna hold my breath. Like it was, it was one of those things where I was trying to see, and there was 2 days where I worked out, 2 days, and during those days where I was working out, I was like, ooh, I feel weak, and so I just like broke a sweat. I just didn't push myself. I just gently worked out. I did like 35-pound kettlebells, nothing crazy. I went through like a mobility workout. I did it 2 days in a row. And then the third day, I felt fucking great.
Yeah.
The third day, my body was like, let's go. And I had a hard workout the third day. And I'm like, all right, whatever it is, I didn't get it. And I didn't even have antibodies. I had nothing. I got tested for antibodies, like nothing. So I know I was exposed to it, but my body completely fought it off. And then the time that I did get it, we had flown to Florida. We did a gig, and then we flew to I think it was Orlando. Did another gig. We're doing arenas, right? And it's in the round, so it's a COVID spray. People just spraying COVID at you, laughing and cheering shit. And then I went out with my friend John Showman, and I had like 5 margaritas. We played pool till 3:30 in the morning.
Oh wow!
And pool is intense for me. I play serious pool, and there's a lot of concentration and and I was tired. And that night I was like, God damn, I don't fucking feel like shit.
You was tired?
But I thought I was just hungover and drunk. I thought it was like, oh God, I got to go to bed. And I woke up in the morning. I'm like, I don't feel right. I felt off. I just
And
felt
you think
off.
it was COVID?
100% it was COVID.
Yeah.
And then that night I did an arena. No problem.
Wow.
Killed. Great show. And then flying back that night, I was really cold. I was like, is it cold on this plane? And Tony was like, no, it's not. I'm like, man, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
And so when I landed, I called my wife. I go, I don't know. Probably nothing's going on, but I feel like shit, so maybe we should sleep in different rooms. And then I got tested in the morning. Turned out that I had it. I was sweating all night. Like that night, I was like very sweaty. And then the next day, got the IVs. The day after, felt pretty good. The day after that, I made that video. And then fucking CNN accused me of taking veterinary medicine. They didn't like the fact that I got better quick.
Dude, I took steroids in high school. I'll take fucking whatever horses are taking. Horses are doing great, first of all. If you fucking seen you know how many horses are looking awesome?
They do look great.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
But not only that medication is not horse dewormer. It's literally a human medication that's been prescribed to billions.
Agreed. It's a
billions
dumb
of
fucking
doses
way
of
for them
people.
to. It's just fucking shitty news.
It's not just shitty news. It's propaganda that they did on behalf of the pharmaceutical companies.
Agreed.
They did it under the guise that they're a news organization.
But how do they get so many people to? That's why I'm like, how does a medical group get so many people to believe that?
Simple.
That they shut their businesses down and everything. Like it's
Well, they had to.
Yeah.
They had to. I mean, if the government of L.A. or the government of California tells you have to shut your business down, you have to shut your business down.
Yeah,
And to people like me who got COVID and got over it very quickly, that's infuriating because I have had the flu that lasted a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
Like with the right medications, you can get over it, but they didn't want anybody knowing that.
Right.
That's why they were trying to limit monoclonal antibodies. They didn't want people just taking that because you just get right better.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that's one cool thing that Bobby knows about. He knows about a lot of that stuff.
Oh my God, he's the best source of information about that stuff ever because
Yes.
he's so brilliant. He can just recite it at any point. Like you can bring it up and he'll explain to you what the actual test said versus like the actual test when they said the vaccine was 100% effective. Do you know how they did that? Because 2 people. I think the way it was is like 2 people in the placebo group got COVID, 1 person in the vaccine group got COVID. So it's double, which means it's 100% effective. It was something stupid like that. Like their measurement of 100% effective is so dishonest.
Yeah.
It's sneaky. It's like they're technically allowed to say things that way.
Right.
But like when they were saying things like it stops transmission, they had to admit one of the CEOs of Pfizer, one of the head executives, had to give some speech at I think it was the UK Parliament. And they had to explain that there was no testing done of whether they'd never tested to see if it stopped transmission. They only tested to see if it gave antibodies. And it did. But all that other stuff was horseshit. You know, like when Rachel Maddow's on TV going, it's going to stop that virus in its tracks. The virus ends with you. You can't affect anyone. You can't get infected. It's a lie. That was a lie. And no one's being punished for that. And they'll say that Bobby Kennedy is spreading misinformation where everything he said you can verify. Everything he said is true.
Yeah.
But there's no money in agreeing with him. The amount of money that these news organizations, supposed news organizations, get from being on the side of the pharmaceutical companies and being in their good graces is fucking millions and millions of dollars in advertising revenue. And they have a very specific mandate. And so does YouTube. And that's why YouTube pulled your video.
Yeah. I mean, it was shocking to me because the videos had been up for a long time. You know, the clips had been up for a year. And then... yeah, they hit us up and we're like, yeah, we have to take these down because they spread.
What was the specific thing?
COVID misinformation. The specific thing that they said about it?
Yeah, what was the specific subject that Bobby brought up that they said was misinformation?
Let Let me see if I can find it.
Because a lot of the things that they used to pull videos for back in the day, they don't pull anymore.
It was, let me see, Bobby Kennedy Jr. on Dr. Fauci. Trump called for a meeting with Bobby Kennedy Jr. about vaccines. And Trump and Dr. Fauci met with Bobby Kennedy Jr. about vaccines. Those 3 clips. But I just thought it was interesting that, for the timing for me was really interesting. I mean, I was upset.
How long ago was this they pulled it?
2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, week and a half ago.
Really?
So they'd been up for a long time. So it made me think well, why now? But it also could just be
he's running for president. That's why.
That's what I first thought, and that's probably what I do think. It could be also, I don't know how the algorithm works. If his name is getting propelled more, so then it makes clips more prominent, so then they see them. Yeah, I'm in. You know I'm in. But the thing that upset me the most was that a lot of, I don't know, so many addicts died from all the AA rooms, all the sobriety rooms, all the recovery, all the 12
Everything got shut down.
Shut down. And so the number of people that died from that is more than the number of people that died from COVID.
Well, how about the number of people that died that didn't get diagnosed? Oh, you covered your face. I like what you did there.
I like to fucking get in there, bitch.
You got in there.
I'm fucking getting in there, boy. I'll come in this fucking thing.
I mean, don't do that.
Sorry.
So many people died from
what's the
bunch of different things because of it.
Do you think this is the gayest way you could jerk off? If you lay on your back, right, and jerk off with your legs in the air?
No. I watched a monkey jerk off into his own mouth. I think that's the gayest way.
Oh.
The monkey was hanging from his feet, and he jacked off into his own mouth.
Was he stuck somewhere? Was he trapped?
He was having a good time.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy, dude.
He wasn't stuck.
Oh, yeah. If you're in an avalanche or something, I could see you having a snack.
No,
but I think if you're just
leave it in your body.
I don't know, dude. If you're stuck somewhere, you're telling me you're stuck in an avalanche,
and people are gonna find you. I think he ate his own cum before he died.
I'd
That's
write
gonna be
a
a
note.
thing that people try to hide.
I'd write a note that says I only had a little. That's what I would put on it, I think. But I'm not dying on an empty stomach. You'd have to have something. You gotta have something, Joe. Bro, you're dying. You've been trapped for 4 days in an avalanche.
You think that jerking off in your own mouth is going to give you some form of relief?
I think it's going to buy you another afternoon of being alive.
A whole afternoon from a load? What kind of loads are you shooting? What kind of Peter North size loads are you chugging down? Jesus Christ. I don't think it works that way.
Oh, I think.
Buy you a whole afternoon?
That's fucking wiener wine at that point. If you're stuck in an avalanche.
Like if you had like a radio, like, okay, this is going to sound crazy, but to buy yourself a whole nother afternoon, Theo, I'm going to need you to jerk off in your mouth. Yeah. No.
Ah, come on, man. You've changed.
You just reminded me of this video.
Oh, my God. I saw this guy. Yeah.
He's skiing and he sees something sticking up out of the snow. And it's a snowboard flipped upside down.
Oh, is there a person in there?
Yeah. He starts like, hey, can you hear me? You know, and like the guy sort of answers, I think.
Oh, there's a lot of guys will meet up anywhere.
Oh my God, the guy's alive in there?
Completely upside down.
You haven't seen this show?
No, I thought this was a different one that I saw.
So he just starts digging him out. He luckily had everything you would need. He had a shovel in his bag.
And there's no way if you don't test this dude's breath.
This guy?
That it doesn't, no.
Oh my God, the
guy
snowboarder is on his way to be dead. Huh? He's on his way to be dead.
You all right? Can you hear me?
How did he find this guy?
Dude, the way look, I'll show you right how he sees it too. I'll go back to the beginning. He's skiing with a friend, and it's thick powder. He's probably worried about his own life.
For sure.
And then all of a sudden, I think...
Oh, he sees the little board right there.
Yeah. And he has to get back up to
That's insane.
What are the
odds? Oh, my God.
What if they didn't go there?
So scoot ahead to see him pull the dude out.
You're all right?
I think...
I'm going to help dig you out, okay? Thank you. Yeah, no problem, man.
Thank you. Oh, my God. This guy was done.
Guy's polite.
Get a little more snow away from your mouth.
There's his mouth.
Oh, my God.
Oh. Bro, it must feel like being reborn. It must be exactly what it's like to be born.
Look at this guy. He is deep under that shit.
Yeah.
He was probably out cold. What did he breathe?
I don't know.
It must have happened like minutes before.
Yeah, I haven't read any sort of like follow up on like how long that guy was there because this has happened. This happens. There's other stories I found trying to find this one even.
How long can somebody breathe under snow? I wonder.
Yeah, the other one I found, the guy said he'd been there for 6 hours.
Oh my God.
So air must be able to get in there then, huh?
I don't know. I mean, I guess like wherever your space is, that the creation of space from your head going under and then the snow covering. Maybe it's not perfect. So there's some air.
Like maybe if you make as much space as you can when you're
I
in
mean,
there.
how much air can get to you?
If you had a
That
plant
guy was
with you.
covered, and he was upside down.
I bet if you had like a small plant or something. How long does it take a plant to make air, oxygen? Do you think?
You'd have to have like a little flower pot with you.
Yeah, I mean,
Does it work like that?
don't use it all up so fast, but I would do.
Do little sips.
Yeah.
Like water, if you're in the desert, you just take a little sip every now and again. Man, what are the odds of that guy staying alive?
That's wild, man.
He's got a new lease on life. That's a fucked up way to go, too, because he was conscious under that.
It's scary.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Being alive feels scary sometimes, doesn't it?
Just regular?
Yeah.
Being alive? How so?
Just like I feel like it just, it just feels kind of like, I don't know, it just feels a little spooky.
Really?
I think so sometimes.
Sometimes. Like right now?
I think you have moments where you realize you're alive. You ever have like moments like that, like real like moments you're like, holy shit, I'm fucking alive.
Yeah.
It like hits you in a weird way and you're like, I'm fucking alive. Like, what the hell? And then it's almost like the same when you have those feelings like, oh my gosh, one day I'm not going to be alive. It's that same sort of like.
That's a weird one.
And it gets so like, there's just sometimes it drops into your body and you can really feel it.
Yeah.
Dude, you think do you think we could ever decipher the wind? Like the wind, like, you think the wind is ever trying to tell us something and we don't know how to hear it anymore?
No.
You don't think at all?
The wind is just the wind. I don't think the wind is trying to tell you something. Maybe the earth is trying to tell you something.
But do you think the earth might use the wind to try to tell us something? Because how else would it tell us, I wonder?
Well, it would definitely be telling you something if you're an animal, that storms are coming.
Right. So if it tells you that, it could easily give you other information.
Maybe. I think really you're learning it from the animals, though, who know it from the conditions. There's like certain parts of the world where when storms are coming, like birds will stop chirping, everything gets real quiet, and then people kind of know, they've learned to know that when the animals behave a certain way that a storm is coming. You imagine what it was like back in the day? We had no idea when a hurricane was coming. You're just like living on some seaside town. Everything seems fine. About to go to bed.
You're just whistling to your wife, like, she's like, play me a tune, Danny.
And the sky becomes an angry monster that tears houses apart.
Hello there.
That's the sky. That's the wind talking to you. That's the wind. Hey,
Dude,
there.
They used to have some dudes that would get out there and try to let you think the wind could jerk you? You think the wind could make you ejaculate if it were powerful enough?
Something good there.
I think you're horny. I think you're just thinking about cum a lot. You got a lady friend?
Nope.
Maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah, I just went on vacation by myself.
Whoa, by yourself. Solo?
Yep.
Where'd you go?
Maui.
Really? What do you do when you go on vacation by yourself?
Just get up early, go to sleep early. I was trying to get like my circadian clock or something again.
Rhythm? Yeah.
Reacclimated.
Where did you go to, like Four Seasons or something?
Yes.
And you just hang out by yourself? Did you go by the pool? What did you do?
Went by the pool, went in the beach. What else did I do?
Did people weird out by you? Like, hey, are you Theo Vaughn?
Some people.
Yeah.
Meet a lot of
And
people.
they're like, what are you doing? Like, oh, I'm on vacation by myself.
Yeah, a
And
little
they're
weird.
like, oh. Okay. You don't have friends or family or something? What made you decide to go to Maui by yourself? Where'd that come from?
Well, sometimes I like to have time by myself. I don't get it. I mean, I guess I get a lot of time by myself, but I wanted to have nothing to do.
Right.
And I wanted to go and get like in the beach where I feel like it's like there's something magical about the beach, you know? It's like this is where Mother Nature's really fucking, you know.
Yeah.
This is where she's dialing up the
So,
good
but what
shit.
was the thought process? You're sitting in front of your computer, You like Googling places to go.
I need a vacation.
By yourself. Have you ever done that before?
No.
I've never done that before either.
This is my first one by myself.
Yeah.
So I thought, I just said I need a vacation. And then I was like, well, if I told myself I'm going to give myself a vacation, I need to make sure I do it so that I'm not like building up this bad story with myself where I tell myself I'm going to do something and not do it.
Oh.
So, I went on and I had a nice time.
By yourself?
Yeah. Relaxed. A lot of Filipinos over there. You know a lot of Hawaiians are low-key Filipinos?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, it's remarkable, man. I met so many Filipinos, man. They're great, huh?
Oh, I love Filipinos.
Fuck, they're good.
Well, I play
How
a
did
lot
they
of
do
pool.
it?
They're just friendly people, man. Real friendly people.
If I die, or whenever I die, I am going to. I want the last person I see to be Filipino.
Really?
Easily. Who do you want to see? You think?
Why Filipino?
You telling me you're dying, right? You're
Right.
like, oh gosh, and then some guy's like, hello, my name's Joey. My name's
Joey's a common Filipino name.
Joey, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Sonny. They have like kind
Sonny?
of easy
Yeah.
names, you know?
Yeah, friendly names.
Happy names, yeah.
Happy names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. You'd be like, okay.
They're some of the best pool players in the world.
Are they really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the American GIs went over to Philippines in, I think it was the 1950s, after World War II, and they introduced them to pool. I think that's how it happened, American pool.
God, they're so good. I mean, I don't know. I think
It's
they
huge
just,
over there.
the playing pool
Oh,
is.
my God, yeah. The real famous pool players, they're famous like a pro baseball player is famous over here. They're like Efren Reyes. He's a celebrity in the Philippines, like the greatest pool player of all time. He's from the Philippines.
Yeah, they make me I think they just make me the happiest when I see them.
Interesting.
There's something just so like warm and accepting about them.
Well, especially just island people in general.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Hawaii, like those motherfuckers know how to live.
Yeah.
They know how to live. They know how to live. They're living in paradise. You're walking around in flip flops. Like, it's fine. Everything's gonna be cool.
Yeah, everything's fine, dude.
Everything's cool. I love Maui.
Yeah.
It's a great.
Well,
place.
you told me about it before, I
Yeah.
think. And you told me to even stay at that hotel.
Yeah, it's great.
You know?
It's right, but Duncan went there, and when Duncan was there, somebody got ate by a shark. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. Not even like that far away from the resort.
I did snorkeling and it was very alarming.
It's spooky.
Snorkeling is.
Did you see that video of the dude in a kayak that gets attacked by a tiger shark while he's on the kayak? Bro, this dude's fishing on a kayak, a little kayak, like the size of this fucking table. And this tiger shark just
wow.
comes zipping at him and takes a. Check this out. Watch this. Give me some volume. Look at this.
Ooh!
Tiger shark!
Holy shit, bro. Watch that again. Watch this again. Watch this motherfucker sneak up on him. He's just chilling. This is off Oahu. Look at it coming.
Damn.
Bro, fuck
Tiger
that.
shark!
You see
Tiger
that?
shark ran me.
Ram you.
Yeah.
Bro, that motherfucker bit you. He bit your boat. Look at it biting the boat, man.
That thing doesn't give a fuck, dude. They'll eat anything.
They're so vicious. Those are the ones that bite people.
Some kid just jumped off a ship the other day into the water.
Oh, yeah, he fell overboard, right?
He jumped. Apparently, it was a dare. This guy was out of Baton Rouge, actually.
Was it on like a cruise ship?
Yeah, it was like.
Is he dead?
He disappeared. Yeah.
Ooh,
So he's either.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Disappeared.
Would you rather being disappeared is kind of interesting because you could come back.
I don't think he disappeared. I think he drowned.
Well, some people say they thought in part of the video they thought they see a shark. Do you see the video?
In the middle of the ocean? Do you know most fish are around the middle? Most fish are within like 200 miles of shore.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Because where else
Most
would you
of the
go?
open area, like when you go deep in the middle of the ocean, there ain't shit out there.
Nothing's out there.
Yeah, it's like the desert.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
It's like the wet desert.
I think that's true. But Google that. The majority of fish are 200 miles from shore. I'm pretty sure that's true.
I'm trying to think if I've seen a fish way out there before.
Fuck those tiger sharks, though, right? Fuck those things. That's one of the ones that got the person that when Duncan was staying there.
Oh yeah, look, dude, I started snorkeling, and so finally I realized like there wasn't even any fish there. I was like, this is bad, and the water would lift you up, and then it would like set you down like in a bunch of rocks, and I'm like, this is real scary. So I had to come back in, and I knew it was weird because like the lifeguards were looking at me. So I was like, oh,
you were getting out there.
Yeah, I was like, it is.
People get out there, man. You watch them swim out there, and some dude from fucking Cleveland, I can't believe I'm in the ocean, and he's out there deep. Like,
this water's wet as heck.
You can get jacked. You can get jacked by a fucking ocean werewolf. That tiger shark is an ocean werewolf. And that thing just leaped out of the water and bit that dude's boat. Fuck, man. I mean, what did it think that was? Like, people say, oh, it thought you were a seal. That did not think that was a seal. That thing probably thought it was a boat, and there's a person on that boat, and I'd like to eat that person.
Well, nature's fucking probably getting pissed after all the shit that has been happening to Mother Nature, that she's going to send animals. She's going to send weather. She's going to send storms. She's going to send snow to try to kill that guy. I believe that Mother Nature is going to have a play in all of this.
Why does Mother Nature go after the Sackler family?
Hopefully she'll get to him.
How would she get to him, you think?
I don't know. I fucking hate those people so much, though.
Yeah, it's evil.
I mean, it's evil, man.
And they're just balling, just eating caviar, driving around Rolls Royces.
But they don't have any
yachts.
feelings.
Well, I think what happens with people when they're a part of something really big, it's called a diffusion of responsibility because there's so many people there. They say that if you're in a crowded area and someone gets jumped by someone's beating that person up, you feel less likely. You feel like you don't have anything to do with it. You don't have to intervene because there's so many other people there. They're not going to do it. If you're not going to do it, they're not going to do it. It's a diffusion of responsibility. So many people. But if it was just you and another person, that person was getting attacked, and they're like, help me, you would feel compelled to help because it's only you. I think when you're a part of an enormous corporation that has thousands of employees that's doing evil shit like the Sackler family, I think you just think you're a part of a thing, and you think you could probably dismiss it by saying, well, for most people, this provides them the needed relief from pain, and if used correctly, there's not an issue. But it's an incredibly dangerous drug, and it's an incredibly dangerous drug that's given out far too frequently. Far too easily. And I know this from my own personal experience. I had my nose fixed. I had a deviated septum. And the guy fixed my nose, and he wakes me up, after after you go under. And I have these things stuffed in my nose, my nostrils stuffed up. And he offers me 2 different painkillers.
Oh, dang.
He writes me prescriptions for 2 different painkillers. I'm like, well, how painful is this going to get? And he goes, well, a lot of people find it very painful and a lot of discomfort, and this will help you. And I go, but is it going to get more uncomfortable than right now? And he's like, well, how do you feel right now? I go, I feel fine. Like, it's not even hurt. And I'm like, okay. He goes, well, I really think you should fill these because otherwise, if you need it, you're not going to have anything. You're going to be miserable. I'm like, okay. So I didn't. And I went home and I waited, and I'm like, I don't feel bad at all. Like, I feel fine. And after a certain amount of time, you take the things out of your nose, and they had stuck these plastic splints in my nose.
Oh,
to keep,
yeah.
And they remove all that stuff, and I never took anything. And I never felt pain. But this guy had given me this stuff, and he gave me 2 different ones. And he was a really good doctor. It's not like he was a fucking quack. If I decided to just start popping them, I'd be like, hey, man, I need it. I got an operation. I need it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's
I bought a Corvette.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with me. Like, I was fine. Like, after the operation, after I woke up from the anesthesia, I mean, didn't feel great, but it wasn't like I'm in agony.
Yeah.
So they're just giving me oxycodone.
Yeah.
And I'm not even hurt. It's not like, I need something. Give me something for the pain. I'm like, I'm in agony. He was like, how do you feel? I go, I feel pretty good. Like, I wasn't being a tough guy. I was like, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
It's like a mild discomfort, and most of the discomfort was because my nose was stuffed with these sponges.
Yeah.
And tubes. They give you like plastic straws that poke out of the bottom of your nose, and it's dripping down onto the upper lip.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. But it wasn't that bad. It was barely a problem.
Yeah, well, look, I think they just give them out. And people now are so used to we're really comfortable just taking whatever's going to make us check out for a minute.
Yes. That's the reality,
That's
right?
the reality.
That's the reality.
And that's what you have guys like Ryan Holiday. Did he come on here? Yeah, where you have guys that talk a lot about like that moment where you choose between what's comfortable,
Yes.
or what is easy, and this other like more long-term thing. What is the long term? And we've just gotten very used to taking that easy thing.
Yes.
And it's some of that is also just us getting acclimated to technology and advancements, and a lot of those things are good for us, and so we're used to that, you know.
Well, a lot of people have a really hard time delaying gratitude.
Yeah.
Which is why they overeat, which is
yeah.
why they don't exercise, which is why they take pills. They want it now.
Jerking off, even.
Yeah?
The number one.
Is that your number one?
I mean, it has definitely for my 20s.
Do you try not to look at porn?
Yeah.
How's that go?
I mean, it's gone better. If I'm real honest with you.
Being real honest.
I'll say this, though. I do believe, and there's probably a lot of men, that if you lay on your back and masturbate, have you done this?
I like how you just pointed at him.
I have no idea where you're going with
Where's
this. I
he
don't
going?
know.
If you lay on your back and jerk off with your legs in the air.
You keep saying this. Have you actually been
craziest
doing
thing.
I don't know that I've done that.
I saw it. Somebody drew
my
it somewhere, and I
recollection.
saw it.
Someone drew it like a diagram. This is the gayest thing ever.
I'm just saying.
Something about
dude.
feet up in the air, whack it off.
You guys need to get your lives together.
Yeah,
man.
we do. I'm learning from you.
You guys have
Please
changed.
tell me more.
No, you guys have changed a lot. I'm just saying, if we could decipher the wind, we would figure all this out.
Maybe it's the Earth itself is trying to give us messages.
I got a video for you guys.
What's this? What is Biden doing? He fell down again?
Yeah.
Is this today?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Missed the
can't.
speech.
I can't anymore.
Well, here's the sad thing, man.
I
And I
can't.
say this because, look, my dad was 70 when I was born. My dad was an old man.
Yeah.
So I grew up around a lot of, like, environments where sometimes people would take advantage of my dad because he was old.
But he just fell. He didn't even fall for a reason. He
Right,
just
but it's just
fell.
not fair. Like, at a certain point, you can't. It's not cool to old people to do that to them.
No.
Like, he doesn't know this is happening to him.
Yeah, but he kind of does, and he's kind of a cunt.
Well, that could be true, but he doesn't know.
He's always been a cunt, though. If you go back and listen to that guy lying about his education record and lying about his accomplishments, and like he's always been a problem.
Yeah, politician, that whole.
Yeah.
It's a fucking.
And also all the fucking stuff with his son and the ties to Ukraine and China and the money. The family they got paid millions of dollars, and everyone's trying to obscure it because, well, it's better than Trump. Better than Trump. If that guy was a Republican, they would be up his ass with a microscope.
I know, it is unbelievable.
But he represents the what they thought was like a sane alternative to what President Trump was.
Yeah.
They thought this is insane. Donald Trump is the president. Fuck that. Anything is better than him. And so they went with this corrupt career politician.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wild stuff, man. They even got the FBI involved in telling Twitter to censor the
that was
information about the
unbelievable.
laptop. It's crazy.
But how do we get out of that space? How do we, because we're starting to turn into one of those kind of like Central American countries where the government is so like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It used to be a long time ago, like if the secrets of our country got out, like during Watergate or whatever, right?
Yeah.
People were like, fuck no. But now, if the secrets get out, people are like, fuck yes, tell us what's going. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting how that's kind of changed. Like,
Yeah.
before it would be like if any like top secret documents or whatever were released, it would seem like wrong.
Well,
But now, if they're released, we want to know what it is. It's like, does that make any sense?
Well, when was top secret documents released that are showing that someone is behaving in an illegal way where it's bad? I mean, Watergate. That was what Watergate was all about.
Yeah.
They found out that Nixon was spying. I mean, I think the problem is that, first of all, the media is overwhelmingly left-leaning. And if you have a left-leaning politician or a left-wing Democratic politician, and then you have this media that
Yeah.
essentially works to support that person, I mean, they ignore any information that leads to distrust in the government or distrust in this administration or distrust in this party, this political party.
Yeah, it's the dark arts, man.
It is the dark. That's the real dark arts.
It really is. And you know what? What I think one thing that we need, I think, would be nice. What if I wish there was a an app, right? And everybody has an app idea. But I wish there was an app where when you went to a business, you could tell where they put their political money, right? So then it would start to affect the bottom lines of companies. So then those companies would stop. Because I think you have to get
Well, little of that's going on right now with all the woke shit. Like Target lost billions of dollars because they tried to have this pride selection.
Oh yeah, gay mannequins.
Yeah, they had all these like pride children's shirts and
gay children. Yeah,
and then obviously the Bud Light thing with Dylan Mulvaney. They've lost $20+ billion. You imagine you just gonna send a fucking can to some confused person that day 365 of womanhood, and you send that person a fucking can with their face on, and your company loses $20 billion. That is wild shit, man. So we're seeing that now where we never saw that before, where people are going, enough.
Right.
Enough. Stop shoving this down everybody's throat. When I go to Target, I don't want to see like fucking tuck pants where you like they're designed to help you tuck your dick. Like, hey, that's not normal. And I don't want that right in front of everybody.
Yeah.
It's
I don't want to
weird.
see a didiaper for a baby where they can hide his dick under him or whatever.
I don't think they have those, but
they will soon.
They might. But there's a lot of just fucking real weirdness with this group of people that is trying to like change the way people view sexuality and gender and all these different. It's like they're proselytizing. It's not as simple as they're.
You would stop that I would think you would stop that. Say if they had an application where I could say, okay, I'm going to go buy coffee, I'm going to go buy a hat, I'm going to buy a corset, whatever I want to get, and I can look on this app first.
I'm just picturing you with a cup of coffee, a hat, and a corset.
Yeah, dude, whatever, dude. You got to fucking look out for yourself, dude.
I'm picturing you buck naked with a corset on, drinking a cup of coffee with a hat on.
I'm fully clothed,
jerking off
bro.
with your feet in the air.
Hey, bro. Hey, dude.
You've changed.
No,
you
bro.
fucking changed, bro.
You got the fucking wrong idea, dude. What's in these?
A lot.
Take
another sip of that. Get yourself right.
But
Take
if there
a
was
sniff.
an app, though, that's what I want. An app where I say, if I support this company, right, with
what does
my
that
money,
company support?
what does that company support?
Right.
Because then I think you're going to get a lot of people are going to be able to support, at least put their money where their beliefs are.
I think there's a thing like that. There's like there's an app
There's
that
a right-
shows like America, like supported America apps.
Yeah,
Woo!
but
There's
you
like-
need an even one. You need one that's like, but for both, you need one that's down the middle.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, there's a lot of companies now that are like really emphasizing American made.
Yeah.
What if these melatols are American made? Woof.
Ooh.
I'm a part of a company called Origin, and Origin produces. They make everything in America. Everything they make, except for
cool.
like there's like one or two items that they're very transparent about it. Like some of the parts of the sole of the shoe, the boots that they make, these handmade boots, are made in South America. But everything else, all the fabric, all the thread, all the workers, all the machines, everything is made in America. They make hunting gear. They make these great stretchy jeans that you can wear. They make great handmade boots, like real high quality
I like
stuff.
a boot.
They make jujitsu gis. Origin, check out Origin. They're the shit. It's all American made. Jocko's a big part of it. He's the one who brought me in on the company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cam Haynes is a part of the company now too. It's this is the first American-made hunting apparel company, because even though hunting is like this great American pastime, a lot of the clothing that they're making is made from China. A lot of the textiles, a lot of the stuff is made from China.
I went turkey hunting
I saw.
since I saw you last, man.
Yeah, who did you go with?
This guy Michael Waddell.
That's right, Michael Waddell. Michael Waddell's a legend. Yeah, he knows his shit, man. He's a fun dude.
Oh, he's a really
He was
fun
great
guy.
on the Meat Eater podcast with Steve Ranella.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
He's just he's very entertaining to be
Very
around.
entertaining.
Yeah, me and this guy Caleb Presley went, and we was just everybody's chasing those gobblers. That's what they call them. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get one?
No, well, what happened was we saw them, right? We did we waited 2 mornings. We didn't get one. Then we're leaving, right? We're driving out, and they're all like, the game's over, the hunt's over, right? You see some turkeys by the side of the road, and they were like in the locker room after the game, like it's over, right? One of them has a towel on his neck, one of them's fucking texting his wife, right? Like they're fucking chilling, you know? And
This is you sneaking up on them?
no, this is my buddy Caleb shot one.
Oh, okay. So you didn't wind up getting one. So tell me what happened with the ones that were on the side of the road.
Yeah, they snuck up on him right here, dude. I mean, they're having lunch. Like, it was over.
Oh, so these are the ones that were on the side of the road.
They fucking snuck up on some that were in the locker room, bro.
And
the game was
them?
over and fucking killed one of them. Yeah.
Well, that's how it goes. The game is always on.
Well, see,
as long as the season's open, the game is on.
And that's what I guess I realized.
Yeah. Every now and then, you catch one slipping.
Yeah, they took this turkey. Its whole head disappeared.
Turkey hunting is like elk hunting in the way where you're trying to get them closer to you. You're calling them in. That's why one of the things that people like about it, it's so exciting. And the turkey's like, is that pussy?
Yeah.
Do I hear pussy? Like they have these
here we are.
turkey decoys, and they set these turkey decoys up.
They wouldn't let me hold the gun either.
They wouldn't? Why not?
They said it was some issue.
What was the issue?
I'm not sure.
We should take you hog hunting.
Ooh, I want to do it where you get to do it with actual hands-on.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
You know they use dogs with that.
That's fine.
The dogs hold the pig down and then you run up and stab it. I'm so not interested in that. I've been offered to do that too. I'm like,
if we pray first, I would do it.
Why would that help?
Just to fucking make it even, you know? I just want to at least let God know what I'm doing.
I think God knows what you're doing. You're out there killing pigs.
All right, well, look, man.
But pigs are one of the best animals to hunt because they are absolutely an invasive species that has to be controlled.
And I don't like pigs, I'll say that.
Yeah. I kind of like them. I like them when they're domesticated, but that's not a real pig.
Yeah.
Like, pigs are a weird animal, man. If you let them go, like, do you take a domesticated pig and you let it go? Within 6 weeks, they start to transform. Their snout extends, their hair changes, it gets bigger and bushier, their tusks grow.
Like werewolves.
Yeah, like a wild pig that you see is essentially a domestic pig that got wild. They're the same animal. That's what's crazy.
Wow.
You know, there's different versions of them, but that's the same animal.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
now
all
I
called
would love to have some.
Suscrafa. It's the same genus.
That's the whole group called Suscrafa?
Yeah.
I would love to have some real wild fucking bacon. Do they have boar bacon?
It's hard to get bacon off of a wild pig because they're not as fat. But agriculture pigs, like pigs that steal from farms, you can get bacon off of them because, you know, they're eating people's crops and fattening it up. Some of them are fat as fuck. And acorns, sometimes I shot one that had eaten a lot of acorns.
Yeah.
And there was like an acorny smell to the fat. Oh my God, they're delicious. Me and John Dudley, we went pig hunting in Tejon Ranch. I shot this pig, and we cooked it on the Traeger. Oh, my God, it was sensational. It was so good.
That sounds good.
We slow smoked it on a Traeger. Oh, it was fall off the bone. It was delicious.
God, I will fucking
It
want.
was so good. It was
I love
fatty
some
and moist
God.
and delicious.
I love that.
Ooh, but you got to cook pigs like to a high temperature to avoid trichinosis, especially wild pigs.
Really?
Yeah.
And what is trichinosis? It has what, spiders?
No, trichinosis is like a parasite. And it's really weird, but I think 90% of the cases of trichinosis in North America are from people eating bear, because they just don't cook it enough. You have to cook bear like you cook bacon. Like you got to cook it all the way. And when you get like store-bought bacon or store-bought ham even, you don't have to cook it as much as they used to make it cook it, because these animals never come in contact with trichinosis because they're not free-range animals.
Yeah, they're just hiding in like basically a little farm or something.
They get it from eating animals that have it. So if you get trichinosis, you keep trichinosis for your whole life. And if you died and somebody ate you, they would get trichinosis if they didn't cook you.
What if you have a child? Can you transfer it through DNA?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer.
Checkmate.
Yeah, you got me. You got me. Should we end with that? We got to get out of here.
Yeah, let's end,
My
man. Dude, thank you, man. Thank you for
brother. It's always a pleasure to hang with you.
Yeah,
always good to see you.
I had a great time, and
I'm
congratulations
excited.
on your club.
Thank you. Thanks for being there, man. It was fun. It was fun to watch you murder last night. It was a good time.
So cool. I'll be around for the next few weeks,
Let's
man.
go, Theo Vaughn. Let's go. All right. Bye, everybody.